The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
'Twas a few nights before Christmas, and the only sound in the studio is the sound of wheezing by your boy Michael Ravenshadow. He misses his Wolfie, who's down in Baltimore, braiding his hair and lifting weights. His only thoughts are, I wonder if Aries is near. The answer is no, he's back in New England. He's snow blowing, shoveling, drinking a gallon of whiskey. Thinking to himself, I wonder, does Monster Zero miss me? The answer is no, MZ don't give a fuck. COVID or not, he's still sitting on his butt, playing with Grimlock, watching Sanford and Son, waiting for the day for the big one to come. Yo, happy holidays, trick-or-treaters. You know, what the fuck you gonna do? Yeah, sucks. Deck the halls. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome all you little zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 439 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is the world's most dangerous podcast. It's recorded in front of an undead studio audience here at Castle Wolfenstein, also at the Lair of Lost Swag within the Raven Chateau at Casa de Zero. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. And also at the Lair of the Gods, we are broadcasting once again for, I don't know, almost an entire year at this point, from 4 locations. And we're spread out along the East Coast. Well, not really, but seems that way. Raven Shadow.
Yes.
I'm glad you demanded the intro. That was a good one.
Thank you, but I didn't demand the intro, John.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
You did. You just got off the cuff.
No, he was reading that.
Yeah, of course.
Down, but I thought about it off the cuff. And then I'm like, well, let me just jot a few things down to remember. But I was wrapping some presents, and I'm like, huh.
It was very good. It was very good, in fact.
Thank you, MZ. I'm glad you're back.
It's too good. Did you get any help with that?
What? Just me and my mind.
That's scary.
Oh. So.
So, MZ, you're back, man.
I am. I'm still alive.
Barely.
Let me tell you.
Contrary to popular belief.
It's going to take a lot more than this to kill me. I'll tell you. This thing is no goddamn joke. It really isn't. I really wanted to be on last week, but my head was screaming at me. And
what was it saying?
It was saying, knock your shit off.
Watch Serbian film again.
Yeah. Yeah. Film. And Police Academy 4. And, but it was just not a good week last week. And my head hurts today. It hurts today right now. And, but I'm going to soldier on and
soldier forth.
Sally forth and do all the other things that tough guys do to get through hell. And but my head's been hurting me. Amazingly, my breathing has been unaffected by this, which is almost unbelievable considering my asthma problems.
Yeah, no
and because I said way in the beginning, I said that if I was going to get COVID, I'm a fucking goner.
Jesus.
Because my breathing will be the first to go. And if my breathing goes, that's it for me. Might as well just start, digging that hole now.
MZ, to be fair, that's the end for anyone if their breathing goes.
Yes,
if you weren't sure how that works, just making sure you know.
Yeah, it's not like kryptonite only hurts Kryptonians.
Lack of breath only affects Monster Zero.
But as an asthmatic, I'm more susceptible to it. But amazingly enough, my breathing has been, slightly affected by it.
He's like,
but
it's better.
in some way, well, I won't go so far as to say that, but it's amazingly has not been affected at all. Very little bit here and there. Like last week, I had like a sneeze and jag for like about maybe 6 or 7 minutes.
Did
I just
you say
could not
a
stop.
sneezing jag?
I did.
What the fuck is a
what is a
sneezing jag?
Hey, who's telling the story here?
We need explanation.
Yeah, we need context here. What's a sneezing
Well,
jag?
For 6 or 7 minutes, I was sneezing. I couldn't stop sneezing, and
Fucking Jeff.
after that, my breathing started to get a little harsh, started to get labored. It was tough to breathe, and well, luckily I have a slew of these things around where I can get my breathing back, and it's worked so far. Congestion, aches and pains were going on at the very early on. Aches and pains, headache, fever, and that's pretty much it. And some days it feels like I'm doing better than others. Fatigue. I'm also very tired. If I go up a flight of steps or go down a flight of steps, I'm winded. And so
That's every day. What's different about this?
not you asshole. And so what was it? Not yesterday Tuesday, but the Tuesday last week. That's when I had my test, and it was one of those 15-minute times.
Yeah, you failed it horribly.
Yeah, I failed it horribly, like a sophomore midterm exam. I failed it, and so I have to wait a few days, like 9 to 14 days before I can start looking at getting another one. And so I got another one scheduled for tomorrow, Thursday, and we'll see what happens there. As of right now, if I was going to take an educated guess, I'd say I'm going to fail this one too, because I still feel like crap. But I can't take any medication before that, so for 48 hours. So I gotta wait on that, and then when that's all done, I can start taking medication. And that's going to be a lab work one, where it's going to take like 24 to 48 hours for a result.
Oh, okay. So you won't know.
Yeah, because the first one I just happened to. Well, here's what happened. What was it? Not last Saturday, but the Saturday before. That's when I was supposed to have my test.
Yeah.
And they canceled it because, and thank you CVS, by the way, canceled it. They canceled it because the place had to be cleaned, so it was closed. So I had to reschedule, and so I rescheduled, and I had to travel to Rhode Island to get it done because there was nothing around here, and I wanted to get a quick test done, not the lab work. So I was able to get one in Rhode Island. And so I failed it. I've gone virtually nowhere. I've been quarantined now since last Tuesday. So this is like day 10 or whatever, or day 9. And now I got another test tomorrow just to see if I've improved at all. Personally, I don't think I have, but I got to get this done.
How's girlfriend Zero doing? She okay?
She had a test done, and she's okay. She came back negative.
Oh, good.
So there's that.
Does she make you stay in that room?
I make myself stay in this room. I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I got everything I need in here. The only thing I don't have is a toilet. but I got a window.
Would you live on the second floor?
Wait, are you peeing out the screen like Raven Shadow did?
See?
Yes, and I crap out the screen too. So it's kind of like a Play-Doh fun factory.
It's like a colander,
Yeah.
a poop colander.
At the bottom of the window, you got to let yourself a nice little bowl of shit spaghetti.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it just so happens that Derek Ring decided to tune in tonight. You're welcome. He said, I tuned into the sneezing show. By the way, I missed that dude. Derek Ring is the fucking best, and he's an amazing artist.
There he is.
So hope you're doing well and keeping safe down there, Derek.
D-Ring.
D-Ring, yep. So, all right, MZ, well, I'm glad you're doing better, man. Hopefully you continue on the upswing, and hopefully you fail that test. Well, pass it, I mean. We want you to pass it. That's right. We want you to be...
Yeah.
No, wait.
Please.
Wait, do we want to be positive or negative? Is that pass or fail? I'm so confused.
Everyone should get a COVID test. Just don't cram the night before. You know what I mean?
Well, if you look at it the way Trump did, he would say, "Well, I'm negative, but that's a positive. So I guess it's a positive."
Jesus, it's a net negative.
Yeah, right?
So MZ is back. He is here for now, and he's not going to cram, as Raven Shadow said. Derek Ring says, "Feel better, MZ."
Oh, thank you, Derek. I appreciate that. I'm working hard on it. Believe me.
No, you're not. You're sitting on your ass watching Sanford and Son.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be relaxing.
So good. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So MZ, did you watch both films for last week?
Last week's films, yes.
Do you want to give real quick, just so it's official and it's on the show, Trick or Treat?
All right. Well, what was the film?
Arch Enemy.
Arch Enemy. I'll just say, I don't think I'll ever understand comic book movies, comic book heroes. It's just not the kind of film that appeals to me. That's a trick.
All right, and the remake of Castle Freak.
My God, that thing was all over the place. I don't know what to make of that. That was just a mess from the start. It really was. It had no. I mean, granted, the first film isn't perfect. The original film, I should say, isn't perfect.
No.
But it is. I think it's a good movie. It's not perfect, but I think it's good. At least it has heart. It has an ambiance to it that's very noticeable. Good atmosphere. This film had none of that. All it had was a bunch.
And it had Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton.
It did, which is the best part. This one had none of that. It had nothing but a bunch of 20-somethings getting drunk in a castle. Which then it turns into a slasher film, and I didn't want that. Nice location, but that's about it. Trick.
Yep. And if anyone wants to hear more, I know, MZ, you left a live video on the Trick or Treat Radio group, which I appreciated, but I figured we'd put it on the show proper, just so people, if they're curious. There you go. So sounds like those two aren't contenders for MZ's top 13.
Nope.
All right, so on tonight's show, let me quickly run down what we're going to be doing. We're talking about two films, since it once again is December double feature Cram Jam. And first up, we're going to be talking about the holiday horror anthology, Deathcember. And then we're going to follow that up with a South Korean film called Beasts Clawing at Straws, which was put out by our friends over at Artsploitation Films. So we'll be checking out both of those flicks, talking about them as the night goes on. And but for now, as we typically do, we'll shoot the shit, just kind of set the scene. Raven Shadow, you do have some announcements, though, at least one announcement.
I do. Back by semi-popular demand, we have a blackout tape event coming up, Johnny. And I've been trying to think of what's the best date for that. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, you know what? Blackout tapes have really become kind of like a party, right, Johnny? They've become like a party.
Oh, it's totally a fucking party. It's a party. It's a party.
You stay up late and like what's coming up in the next couple of days? It's a big party. Fucking New Year's Eve. That's a thing.
Oh, I thought you meant Christmas. That's kind of a party, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, well, yeah, whatever.
Michael Ravenshadow's birthday. That's a party.
Thank you. That's right. Jesus Christo is the opening act, and I'm the closer. Which is nice. But no, I mean, New Year's Eve is, for some folks, it's, amateur hour as you get older, but I still have fond memories. I have very fond memories of the parties we threw at the Manor back in the day, granted, in our 20s. We didn't have a castle or a freak. No.
We had several. MZ was there.
Yeah, it was true. We had more of like a wheellock freak. No.
The wheellock freak.
But it was fun, right? We had a lot of fun back then, and I want to recapture the magic of that. But I don't want to go out.
Who else had the Anchor Lounge freak?
That's true, yeah. That was Castle Rita. Yeah,
Castle Rita.
That was hard times, Daddy.
Yeah.
But I want to invoke the memory of that New Year's night. And I was, even as a kid, it was the challenge. You beat the night. You could stay up, whether you're watching movies with your friends, partying with your boys or your lady friend. So I think right now I posted in Discord 2 dates. One was New Year's Eve, and the other one would be January 1st. With all the stuff going on and holidays. And it seems that really from the jump, New Year's Evil was really the runaway favorite. So already we have quite a bit of guests coming on, and I mean I don't know what can catch it. So I think it's fair to say, Johnny, right here, right now, the next installment of the Blackout Tapes, Bacchanalia, New Year's Evil, Celebration of Doom, Swore Barbara Wawa.
Jesus.
What's it called, MZ? Thank you.
Soiree.
You
can say denouement and amuse-bouche, but you can't say soiree.
I only got a handful of French I can fucking use, and I ain't wasting time on soiree. I'll tell you that much.
You just said it perfectly. You deserve a Pulitzer, Raven Shadow.
Yeah, call me Peter Pulitzer. So with that said, looks to be New Year's Eve, Blackout Tape, Bacchanalia, Celebration of Doom is coming up. And I want to go the distance, man. I want to be at midnight, toe up from the floor up. So look at the start, maybe around like the 9 o'clock hour, because we go long anyway. So yeah, man. Final confirmation's coming, but I'm thinking starting around like 9:30. And it'll be a virtual party, man. You ain't got nowhere to go. Everyone's home. They're safe. Grab your beverages, plural. And get fucking do your thing, baby.
What does toe up from the floor up mean?
Yeah, at least you know.
I don't.
Is that when you're knocked out on your ass with your legs in the air?
I think he meant toe up from the floor up, not toe up from the floor up.
You toe up from the floor up, drinking syrup. You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Corny.
Wait. Derek Ring invoked an old nickname of yours and said, "Is downtown the only guy in a Chili's?" It does look like you're in Chili's a little bit. You're
What do you call that? The bearded onion? The bearded onion?
The bearded onion?
Do you mean the bloomin' onion? That's the wrong restaurant.
The bearded onion? I don't even want to know what that is.
I'm not eating that, yeah.
Eric, I've been in hotel rooms with you. You've eaten a bearded onion before. I'll tell you that much.
A beard.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Go!
You getting it to go? We have some good stories from Chili's.
We do.
Dr. Joytron.
There's Bob story.
We won't incriminate. Oh man. Oh, and actually, speaking of Chili's, I remember we went to Chili's once, and MZ. It was right after we filmed the Miami Connection thing that we did. That little promo for episode 50, and then MZ was in his half shirt and the fucking Daisy Duke cutoffs, and he had the bandana.
I still got the picture of that. I'm in my. It's a Key West.
That's it.
It's like a Key West tank shirt, and I just cut off the stomach portion of it.
Yeah.
So I made it into a half shirt, and I walked into Chili's with it on.
It was the worst. You know what? It's funny. That might have been the last time we ever went into that Chili's before they closed. You closed it down, MC.
So,
now it's a Hooters. You would have been put to work if you walked in.
Yeah. Sir, you need to wear a bra.
well, if I got it.
Sir, you're at least a C cup. You need to wear a bra.
Then me and the Hooters girls will have like slumber party shit like that. Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Oh shit. Oh man.
I went to that Hooters once. The food is so, but the service is terrific.
You're not going to Hooters for the wings. I mean,
no, but I know the service is. Yes, the food is mediocre, but the service is top notch. No complaints.
Jesus.
Jesus, what? You're surprised by this?
No, nothing you do surprises me. So that's what we're going to be talking about, those flicks. I'm excited about the Blackout tapes, Raven Shadow. It's going to be a New Year's Eve celebration. So it'll begin around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? You're going to ring in the new year?
Oh yeah, man! We're gonna ring in the Maru year. It's gonna be outstanding. It's gonna be great, man. We're gonna be talking all raw. You know what I mean? Charge your phones. Charge your phones now.
You better charge your phone.
I know. I got Plan B shit because I got a little bit nervous last time.
Can you actually have your phone plugged in while you're doing the show?
Good question, Johnny. And yes.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. You need to set up an extension cord if you need it.
I already have it. Okay. Because Marion got me like a 10-foot like extension cord. You know what I'm saying? So I can go like in the backyard.
You probably would have like froze in the fucking snowstorm last week if it wasn't for Marion.
Well, I mean, how so?
How so?
She's very helpful.
Yes, that's what I mean. She's helpful.
Very helpful. Yes.
You were waited inside.
She's awesome. I'd be really fucked if it wasn't for Marion. Snowstorm notwithstanding.
Marion.
So there you go. So Blackout tapes, and if you guys are not already part of our Patreon, in essence, as we've said in the past, if you're part of the Patreon, you're supporting us already, you're invited. Even if you're in the lowest tier, which is the $2 tier of Hunter, even if you're in that tier, anyone who's a Patreon supporter gets access to the Blackout tapes. But if you're not already a Patreon supporter, think of it as a cover charge, right, Raven Shadow? It's an exclusive event.
That's the thing. I mean, I've paid lots of different cover levels. I mean, there's been like $5 covers. Hey, that's cool. That's fun. It gets a little higher.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous to get in certain rooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But sometimes you pay like $20 to get into a fucking club, and you have 2 beers, and you stay for like 20 minutes, and then you leave.
Yeah, it's like, oh, fuck.
You blew your money.
Yeah.
But this, you pay $2. Well, at least $2. You hang out all night. You have a great fucking time with some of your buds, and you talk about nerd shit. You talk about some fun stories, and you ring in the new year with Trick or Treat Radio.
How fun is that, man? You'd be fucking dancing on the ceiling. I mean, shit. Two bones is like you tip the fucking, who's the guy that
You tip your
drives your
barista. Drives your
Yeah,
car.
but-
Taxi driver.
Batista, Rocket Raccoon. You can tip all those guys. Chris, not Evans, all the guys in the Galaxy. Tip them, man. I love Dave Barista. I miss rocking shit.
Dave Barista. So yeah, it should be a really good time, and I'm excited that you're doing that. Seems like some other folks are excited that you're doing it as well, Raven Shadow. So yeah, what do you recommend people drink, Raven Shadow? Got any recommendations?
Yeah, a whole
Lots.
Lots. Lots in plural. I mean, whatever you're into, man. I got, I know Riku, right? I'm saying that right, Riku, because I've been told that I'm saying that incorrectly.
Riku. You say it, yeah, Riku.
Riku.
Yeah, there you go. Not Rico.
Roku.
Roku. Riku.
Ricola.
He's getting his vape on. I got the Coors Banquet. I got
You
that
got the
special.
banquets?
I do. I got a little 6-pack of the big fat bottles. I'm looking forward to that.
Are they gonna make it to New Year's Eve?
I'm one. At least I can guarantee one.
One will make it, or you'll drink one.
Well, I'm gonna drink plural, more than one.
One.
There'll be at least there. I mean,
Well,
maybe
it's true. It has to make it through your birthday.
Yeah, that's a fucking. You get them.
Why don't you get like 3? What do they come in? They come in like 6-pack, 12-pack, 20-pack. What is it? 24-pack?
Yeah, not enough pack. No, like a 6-pack. So I picked up a couple 6-pack. I picked up a case of Sam Abrams. Today.
Well, hey, you're upgrading. You're, instead of the Miller Lite or whatever the fuck, Rocket Raccoon. What is that? Rolling Rock?
No, my downstairs shower is stacked right now. I got the
half
banquet,
the half bath of beer.
the half bath. Yeah, so I got 2 Paps 30 racks.
Oh, our boy Pabst.
Pepsi's there. The banquet, and I got 3 Sam Adams lager, and then the remaining last my Sam Winter.
Marion says, I think I might get some Tito's for New Year's Eve. I don't usually drink vodka. That might be a bad idea. Whatever.
Really good.
Do you approve of the Tito's?
Yeah, it's a celebration, Johnny. Is what we're
It's
trying
a
to say.
celebration.
That's what's really intriguing right now. And Johnny's coming, and Monique and Unique over there should pop in too. Aries and
Monique and Unique.
Which one
Yeah.
am I?
Yeah, unique
yeah.
because you get a beard.
Yeah.
You look different.
That's really not that unique in this day and age.
Well, than the rest of us.
The rest of you,
We all have facial hair, but there's no denying you have the most.
Yeah, you're the bearded onion.
Well, let's go into his intro now. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, shit. So yeah, there you go. Everyone, check in with what you're going to be drinking. How about that? Let's see some posts. What you drinking?
ooh, like a potluck. Yeah, I want to see. I want to see what's everyone bringing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's virtual. So
pictures.
you're really not bringing it.
You can
But
put
yeah,
it
what-
on Discord in the Blackout Tapes chat, or I guess you can throw them on Facebook, or even email them to us, podcast@trickortreatradio.com. Raven Shadow will love to see what you're bringing to the party.
Definitely, and maybe some outfit choices. Because get into character. I mean, you're going out, but you're staying in.
Get into character.
Yeah, get some gear.
Get some gear. What are you doing? You're going to dress as
Well-
Yankee Diddler again?
No, I'm definitely wearing my robe. My my dragon.
Oh,
black
the
and
dragon
red.
robe. Yeah.
Yeah, slogan jacket.
Yeah.
That Marion got Valentine's Day. That'll be fucking dope.
So there you go. So anyone who's going to make it, make your plans now. New Year's Eve Blackout Tapes, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be the after party celebration of the year. This will be the best one ever, Raven Shadow. I can feel it. And yeah, show Raven Shadow what you're bringing, what you're packing. Whether it's whether it's drinks, Maybe you're partaking in I don't know, a little bit of the herb Raven Shadow, some primo ganj, as MZ has said in the past.
Yeah, man.
Maybe
It's legal in most-
maybe some edibles.
Oh man, yeah. To get some edibles. I mean, get crazy. I mean,
Raven Shadow,
you know,
when you so let's say okay, so what's your food of choice when you're like drinking and you're eating some edibles and you're smoking? You know, you're doing your thing. What when you get really hungry? What do you reach for?
oh man, it's always the pie, baby.
Elios,
Either
Elios or Mama Celeste.
no. I mean, I feel Elios is a classier person.
I want to make sure those words are clear with everyone. He just said it's the classier frozen pizza.
They're gonna put that on the fucking box now. Says Raven Shadow, a classier frozen pizza.
Compared to Mama Celeste, because I think their quality went down when they got rid of the fucking the disc, the little tiny
The silver disc, the frisbee.
disc. Yeah, that was part of the magic trick. Or I stopped.
Why did they get rid of it?
Because it didn't fucking do anything.
I don't know. They might have changed the technology involved in the Celeste.
It was probably giving people like fucking, like getting them sick, giving people cancer.
It's probably fair. That you could put in the microwave. Yeah, no. I mean, if it was Manna Days, it'd be golden pie taste, baby. They would fucking deliver till fucking 4 a.m. They'd bring you cigarettes.
Oh yeah, cigarettes and Ben and Jerry's.
Oh yeah, we used to call them every New Year's and just say thank you. They're like, you want pizza? No, we just fucking love you guys. Here, it's Tron. Talk to him. Tony wants to say hi.
Thank you for the olives.
Yeah. Hard times, but no, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I want if Eric pops in, it'll be fucking dope. If Monster Zero coughs in, it'll be great. I'm just saying.
Did you say if he coughs in?
Coughs in, yeah, man. Just I'm having fun with you. You're gonna be fine. I love you.
So yeah, it would be awesome. So folks want to like take pictures of what they're bringing to the party. If they're dressing up, or whatever, take some photos. Let's post them. Let's make it a fucking party, right?
Absolutely, man. It's what the Discord and the Patreon has really been evolving into, man. You know what I mean? Like, once again, thank you anybody who even listens to our nonsense or even clicks like. And I'm pretty sure Derek Ring's already gone. So I mean, which is fair, but no. I think the Discord and the Patreon community is really getting some steam in the last couple of months, man.
It's been fun, yeah. What I might do, I'm actually like we have a couple films left in this year, this calendar year 2020, and it's been such a fucked up year. Like I was having trouble figuring out what films to do. You know what? Like I might just put it up for a fucking vote. Maybe that'd be fun in Discord. Just a way to get people more involved in Discord.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so maybe I'll do that. I'll let people know what the choices are after we do the first review, and then we'll go from there. And there can be like a write-in because maybe there's a really good film that came out this year that we haven't, that's not even on our radar. So yeah, so we'll do that, and then we just need to figure out ASAP, like within the next couple of days, so that we can make sure we have enough time to watch the movies. So Derek Rank says, "Yeah, I left."
And Johnny, just so you know, you made me a little nervous there because I thought you were going to say, "Let's carry on the 2 movies through January." Like,
yeah, all next year. Let's do it. 2021. We're gonna do December double feature cram jam all year long. Aries will send me he'll drive down here and kill me in a pandemic, and then go hang out with his son for a little bit. All right, so we'll do that. So we'll put it up for a vote. But if you folks are listening live, or if you're happening to listen to this on the podcast when it drops, head on over to the Discord immediately because I want to make sure that we get the votes in. So probably maybe by Saturday night, maybe even into Sunday. but we got to decide so that we have enough time to watch the movies because we've got 2 movies. So we'll do that. We'll put it up for a vote. So if you're not already part of the Discord, if you're not a Patreon supporter, well, so let me back up. Patreon supporters should get an invite to the Discord community automatically. If you don't, let us know. I'll make sure you get it. Or you can go to any of the show notes, wherever we put the show out, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon, Google, anywhere. In the show notes, there's a link to the Discord. So just click it. And if you don't already have a Discord ID, it'll literally will take you 30 seconds to create one. Super easy, super invasive, and you don't have to worry about getting spam or anything like that. So just sign up and then enter the Discord. And then if you're not part of Patreon, you can still chat with us in a couple of the chat rooms. And then we will also, if you are a Patreon supporter, you get access to additional chat rooms and even the voice channels, which is where the Blackout Tapes is. So if you guys are interested in joining us for the Blackout Tapes on New Year's Eve, so that's, for those folks in the back that, may not know their calendars, that is going to be Thursday, December 31st, Raven Shadow. And we actually are not doing a show that night because we'll be doing the show a night early. So we'll be doing the show on Wednesday the 30th, and then that leaves Blackout Tapes for the 31st. So if you guys are not already part of our Patreon, head on over there, patreon.com/trickortreatradio. For as little as $2 a month, you can join and help support the show, and you get some cool stuff out of it. We release Patreon exclusive shows every month, and every other month we do the Monsterpiece Theater Movie Club, where we decide on a movie to watch, and then we watch it, and then we come and chat about it. And then we also have the Blackout Tapes, as we mentioned, and we're doing more stuff, and we're hoping that we can start doing some more interactivity on the monthly exclusive Patreon shows that we do. So lots of stuff going on if you guys want to be active and involved. Obviously, it helps support us, and you get something out of it as well. So, we're trying to build up the Discord community and get it really, really popping, Raven Shadow, as they say. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's fucking, hip hopping, popping.
Oh, God. Popcorn popping.
Popcorn popping.
All right.
Popping.
All right. So with that, I think we're going to roll right into sort of the help support the show part of the episode, and then we're going to roll into a film review after that. So once again, patreon.com/trickortreatradio. I told you all the reasons you should join if you're not already a supporter. Go check it out and see for yourself. And in addition, there's a few other ways you can help support the show. Head on over to trickortreatradio.com. That's the home base. And right there, you scroll down, look for the Amazon logo. You click it, and it's going to bring you to Amazon. It's going to input our affiliate link. You go, you purchase shit. You got some gift cards burning a hole in your fucking wallet. Use them. You want to, I don't know, you can buy some gifts after the holidays. Just use our link, and it gives us a tiny percentage. It doesn't cost them any extra, Raven Shadow.
But it's another way to help keep the lights on.
That's right. So the Amazon link will help. And if you don't want to go to trickortreatradio.com every single time you go to Amazon, just right-click on the Amazon logo and bookmark the link. That way it's bookmarked and skip a step. So we'd appreciate that. And then also trickortreatradio.com has a store. You click on the store, and you're going to see some digital goods. There's the greatest hits of Trick or Treat Radio, Volume 1 through 3. And you can pick those up. If you haven't been listening for the duration of the show, which I don't blame you, is 8+ years. If you haven't, you can go ahead. You can check those out. You get some highlights, some lowlights, some midlights, everything in between, all the bullshit, all the songs, all the arguments. You get all of that, or at least some of it, Raven Shadow, right?
Yeah, no, you get some. I mean, yeah, you do. But I think what's exciting, Johnny. I think though, now's New Year's time for new things, new challenges, new opportunities. If anyone does want to listen to Trick or Treat Radio from episode 0 all the way through, and to really, encapsulate the 61 days, I believe, it would take in a row.
Yeah, nonstop. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 61 days.
So, I mean, if anyone wants to take part in that challenge,
You have a serious death wish.
What are you going to do for someone if they do that challenge?
I'll send them a sticker and a couple of coasters. We'll do something. We'll
No, not we. You. You're the one that said you were the one that brought up this challenge. What are you going to do for them?
So Aries is trying. Aries, I'm gonna speak for Aries and everyone.
No, you're not. I will drive to your house and beat you.
Shit. Something good. I mean, like the 61 days to figure it out, right? I mean, if they start on the 1st, figure something out by day 30, right?
COVID, take me away.
Oh my God! Can we even laugh at that?
We can.
Please just take me and make it quick.
Oh shit! All right. On that note, by the way, Derek Ring says, "I'm out. Miss you guys. Kisses. Miss you too, buddy. Hope you're doing well and staying safe down there in the what do they call it? A-town? I don't know. He's in Texas. He's in the good part of Texas. So awesome to see you, Derek. Take care, my friend. All right. So Raven Shadow, December double feature Cram Jam. It's the second to last one of the year. I know you had some issues this week, but what do you do to prepare for this? You got a horror anthology, 24, or is it 25, or is it even 26 short films in this anthology? Who fucking knows how many there are? But you got this horror anthology, and then you got a South Korean picture. What do you do to prepare, Raven Shadow?
Like fucking 5 hours of fucking movies, John. I mean, this fucking anthology.
It's like 10 hours.
Right. I mean, like literally, like I got a haircut and I fucking grew back the same length. I mean, it's fucking crazy how long it took. And I had some problems, Johnny. I did. So not only to fit in the Cram Jam and all the fucking holiday commotion responsibilities, I left work, did all the shit, wrapping presents, getting gas, fucking picking up
wrapping
beer.
Presents and getting gas?
Yeah, I do all those things. But thank God, speaking of Marion, she was at the house when I came home. Nice surprise. Helped me out. So we're wrapping presents. You know what I mean? But no, to have to do all that obligation. I had to put 2 movies in one night, Johnny. You know what I said?
I heard you.
I had to watch 2 fucking movies in one night. So I double feature Cram Jammed. The fucking double feature Cram Jammed.
You do know you had all week, right?
Listen, problems, and Johnny's aware of the problems I had. I didn't yell or try to escape, but I was a little upset. Didn't really show it. But
You had technical issues,
No, you did.
which you always do.
You did show it.
Did I show it?
Yeah.
I held
Yeah.
back. I've showed it way more before.
Yes, you have. Yeah, you're a little bit. You definitely held back a little bit.
Because I'm thankful, John. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm thankful this year. I'm very thankful. I'm thankful for Marion. I'm thankful for you guys, and I'm present.
You're present?
You're a present. You're the present to everybody, right?
Yeah, just be slow on the bow and then don't fucking tear the wrapping, baby. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So anyway, I guess we get fucking. Yeah, so I mean, I strapped on is what I did. I strapped on.
Yeah,
right?
you sure
You
as
go
hell
through
did.
your week with the same old routine.
What you really want is some blood and thunder in your life.
Well, friend, you found it.
The Cromcast is an adventurous journey through the history of two-fisted pulp stories
With your host, John,
Josh,
and Luke.
we have action.
horror.
An adventure, all through the lens of pulp luminary Robert E. Howard.
Don't just stay in your ordinary life.
Find your pulp life at thecromcast.blogspot.com.
The Cromcast,
The Cromcast.
The Cromcast!
a podcast for the barbarian at heart.
This is Matt Kennedy of Astron 6. You might know me as Manborg. You might know me as Father John Sullivan in Father's Day. But what's important right now is that you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
I can tell you I'm never coming back on this show. Especially now that I did that thing that you just made me do. Which I will be sending you an invoice for.
All right, we're back on Trick or Treat Radio. Once again, most of us are back.
Yeah. That's how something else. Not the whole COVID thing.
Hold on one second, Z. The music playing was making you sound weird. Okay, go ahead.
Another thing about this whole COVID thing, I forgot to mention. I can't taste or smell a thing.
Oh, so you did get that, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh God, that sucks. Is it still?
Yeah.
Still can't smell or taste?
Yeah. I mean, the weird thing is that like something like this vitamin water, I can sense there's something different as opposed to just regular water.
Oh, I gotcha. So you tell there's something a little different about it.
Yeah, you can tell there's something different about it, but you can't. I mean, it's weird. You could taste something different about it, but there's still no taste. I don't know if that makes any sense at all or not, but it's like there's two different no taste, like water and here in the vitamin water, but they both taste different. But there's no taste to either one of them.
Well, it's got slight different consistency, I guess, a little bit syrupy, and the sugar maybe, or whatever sweetener they use in it, may do that. I don't know. That's interesting though.
It's weird. It's really bizarre.
All right, so we're going to talk about our first film. I wasn't sure which one would create a bigger conversation, but I just decided to go with the anthology because typically they take a long time for us to talk about. I don't know if this one is going to take as long, but yeah, we're going to talk about Deathcember. Now, this film is from 2019. It's unrated, obviously. And it is 2 hours and 25 minutes. That to me, right there, when I look at an anthology film that's that long, that's raising some red flags for me. The anthology should be a crisp 90 to like 105 minutes, right?
Well, if it's going to be that like that, should there be 24, 25, 26 short stories? I mean, yeah,
exactly.
ABCs of Death were able to do it, not once but twice.
Yeah, and the gimmick there was obviously like one for every letter of the alphabet, you know? So they had to be snappy. They didn't have, you know, I think going in, obviously some of those are good, some of those aren't so good, but some of them really shine because they, like, I mean, for instance, I mean, obviously we're big fans, but the Astron 6 one, the W is for Wish, right?
Yeah.
That one's fucking awesome because they channel something in it, you know, like there's something really, really great about it. And there's some others as well that were really effective, but then there's others that just fall a little flat, or maybe they just go over our heads or whatever. But so yes, I mean, that is sort of an outlier because it's difficult to make a really solid short with 1 to 3 minutes or 1 to 5, whatever, you know. It's difficult. Sometimes you need to let it breathe a little bit and get a good few minutes in there.
Well, also, I mean, you're dealing with a single subject here, Christmas time. You know, you're not dealing. There's different avenues in which you could take the holiday down, but you know, with this many shorts, I mean, you're bound to run into some. I don't want to say copycat, but ones that are very similar.
They're going to cover similar ground, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, in this anthology, I don't really recall that happening too heavily.
Oh, is. There's a couple. There's a couple in a row that have Santa in the title. Kill Santa, Bad Santa, Santa is Coming. 3 in a row. You know, and I understand that that's a holiday thing, that they're going with December holidays. But I just felt that, you know, I don't know. We'll get into it. So sorry to interrupt, MZ. Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, I think, covering this many topics under one category, this many shorts under one category, I mean, you're bound to run into. Personally, I didn't see it. Maybe, or you know, I've been sick, so maybe I didn't. You know, maybe I missed something that you guys caught. But I mean, it's a tall order for one anthology to take on, and at a 2.5-hour running time, which is about the same running time as I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu. God. It's a lot of ground to cover. It's a tall order, but we'll see how it turns out.
Well, I mean, I thought they did a fine job, like making each story unique. You had the 3 with the Santa in the title, which in a row, they probably could have split those up a little bit because there was no order to these. It wasn't like they needed to be in a particular order. So they probably could have done a little bit of better job breaking those up.
Yeah. So let me just quickly wrap up the rest of the stuff here with the film. So I'm not going to go over all the directors since obviously there's 24 or actually 26 different directors, and I'm not going to run through the entire cast, but I'll name a few folks that it features. It did have Barbara Crampton, Tiffany Shepis.
Yep.
I had, let me see, who are some of the other crap, I forget his name. He was in one of the Milk and Cookies one. Drawing a blank on his name. I'll look it up though. Clark Wolf, Ryan Fisher, Jeffrey Reddick, just to name a few folks. So obviously with an anthology like this, there's a ton of people in it. So I'm not going to continue to run down the entire cast. And we probably won't talk about the cast for each individual one unless it's worth mentioning. But yeah, I'm trying to find the one other dude that I recognize. Barbara Magnolfi, MZ, who is your friend.
Yeah. I caught her. It's like, oh shit, look at that. I remember her talking about it too.
Yeah.
Being in this movie, and it's like, oh shit, that's right. My girl Barbara's in this.
It also has Matt Mercer, who we've seen in a few films, and also A.J. Bowen. That's the one I was trying to think of. That was in Milk and Cookies. A.J. Bowen was in You're Next, House of the Devil, The Sacrament. He's been a lot of films that we've discussed. So, and I'm not going to talk about the directors. We'll run down some of the directors as we talk about the shorts. The synopsis: once again, this is the confusing part. A collection of 24 films that take a look at the dark side of the festive season. 24 international directors with the most diverse ideas and styles, linked by short animated segments that deal with the Advent calendar itself. So, first of all, why would you say there's 24 films when there's 26?
Right. Why not have 26
Why not
pictures?
just fucking say 26? And why are there 2 in the fucking credits? You fucking kidding me? This isn't this isn't the Avengers.
Right. It's not like we want to talk about the Deathcember initiative at the make it
Well,
like.
I mean, it's called Deathcember. So if you're having the whole month involved, you should have all the days of the month involved, from the 1st to the 31st. Now, the weird thing is that the thing is that they're saying this is a big holiday, Christmas anthology. But what it does is that it tells you that there's 24, so it stops on Christmas Eve. But during the end credits, you get 2 more, one during and one after, which jumps over to the 26th. If you had it either at the 25th, which is Christmas, or had it played out throughout the entire month, 31 shorts, which probably would have made it over a 3-hour movie at that point, it would have made a little bit more sense, thematically speaking.
Yeah, and the Advent calendar obviously is, if I understand it correctly, is used to count down the days until Christmas, right?
Correct. So there's 25 doors to open.
Right. So that's why it didn't make sense. And it's fine, like whatever. Like I'm not going to nitpick about this, but if you set a gimmick and you talk about having X amount of short films, why not just cut 1 or 2 out? Like you can cut them out and maybe release them online and have them be like a way to promote your thing. Here's an exclusive short for Deathcember. Come watch the fucking film or whatever. Like I don't know. It's just one of the, and even on the poster it says 24 Doors to Hell.
Now, if there was only one post-credit, I would have been fine with it because then that would have made it 25, and it would have been the whole Advent, the 25 doors. So even though they said 24, it's like anyone that kind of knows, it's, hey, there might be one more. We're going to watch to the end type of thing.
Yeah.
But the 26 makes absolutely no sense. It seems like they had all these in the can, and then someone's like they had promised someone that were going to be in it and forgot.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It does feel like an afterthought. It really does feel like an afterthought.
It feels like an afterbirth. Sorry, did I just blow my load?
Whoa.
All right, so so let's run down. Do you guys want to do overall first or overall at the end? Like, do we want to? I may not remember all these shorts. I wrote down the titles of them and like a quick little thing about them. But I mean, do you guys want to run down each one, or is that too much to do?
I got mine listed by day and whether they're a trick or a treat.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, I mean, I don't remember all of them. I don't think there's a need to brush through them all because, in my opinion, none of them were overly memorable in a good way.
Yep, I agree. But what we'll do, since we've done this for all of our other anthologies, I will run through them. If you have nothing to say, don't worry. Like, you don't have to say anything. There's a few of these that are definitely not going to have much conversation, but there's a few that will. So I'll go through them. The first
good ones.
The first one was what's that?
I said there are some good ones here.
Oh, we'll find out. The first one is A Door Too Far. I don't even remember this one. This is one of the ones
I think this is the Advent one. Like, they actual had the Advent calendar in it.
Yeah, where the kid is eating all the chocolate.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Which, anyone who's ever had chocolate from an Advent calendar, it's like you have no desire to eat more of it.
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
like it is
the worst
chocolate. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
essentially a chocolate version of the when you get communion. Like
Yeah.
the way.
for this
Yeah.
kid to be desiring the more chocolate from this Advent calendar rather than go eat a Hershey bar, completely unbelievable.
And the whole behind that one was sophomoric. I mean, I didn't understand what they were saying. The subtitles, I couldn't get the subtitles to work for some reason.
Thank you.
You guys are fucking dummies. Seriously.
No, but listen, a lot of some of these, I will say maybe one short here. I didn't even need the outside of one short. I didn't need the subtitles. It was pretty much cut and dry as to what was going on by visually, by a visual standpoint.
But yet on the first movie, you're complaining about the subtitles.
Yeah.
No, I'm well, because we're talking about it. I follow that story easily. That was no problem at all, and it was sophomoric and stupid.
Yeah.
It was very but that would have been a good opener. It was a good that was where it belonged as far as this movie goes.
Yeah, okay, I would go with that, sure.
But I think if I liked the Advent calendar. I don't know if wraparound is the right word to use.
Hardly. It's
the in between.
Yeah, it's like a connective tissue.
Yeah, the connective tissue, which is not really an easy thing to say. But if you're
Once again,
you're connected,
denouement, Raven Shadow.
denouement, ménage à trois, surrender. No, sorry. No, that's it. But if your connective tissue is an Advent calendar, I think having an Advent calendar in the beginning was kind of like if Augustus Gloop, had a kid, gluttonous little fuck, eating shitty candy.
Yeah,
it was gross.
This one was fine. It was like I thought it was actually too short, which is kind of funny, and it was too predictable. Like it was fine. It didn't really do anything for me. It was for the first one, fine. I'm fine with it. It just wasn't much really to talk about. All right, next let's go on to All Sales Fatal. This is the one that took place in the shop where the woman tried to return something and didn't have the receipt.
Tiffany Shepis.
Yeah, Tiffany Shepis was in this one. Yep.
The black-haired girl.
Yeah,
woman?
the woman. Yeah, the mom.
See, that was fun. And can I just say, I did watch this last night. This is the first picture we watched, and then we were wrapping presents. Marion was there, and whatever the fuck was going on. So it had that put it on in the background kind of vibe to it. But I liked All Sales Fatal.
This was good. I agree. It was funny because it was so over the top, and it had Tiffany Shepis in it, which I adore that woman. But it was so goddamn over the top with what's going on. It was entertaining. It was funny. It was violent. It was gory, and it was funny. I enjoyed it. This was funny. This was good.
Yeah, for me, this one's fine. This is kind of what I'd expect. Simple, fun. Not a lot going on, but it gets the story across, and you already immediately know. They set you up perfectly because how tense. Retail can be during the holidays, and this woman, and she was like a total Karen, right? I honestly thought her name was going to be Karen. So we already know what's going on here. It's complete taking advantage of tropes and stereotypes. So already we're starting out. Yeah, okay, we get this scenario. There's nothing to have in terms of exposition. We get it, right? So it was fine, and it was bloody. It was gory, and this one was good. All right, next one. I think this one was called Aurora. It had a weird title and it said a couple other things on it, but this was the sci-fi one with 0% holiday in it. Nothing
Yeah.
Christmas or holiday that I could even recall.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Oh no! Well, this was with
The one that took place in 2389.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
those I forget what they called, but those bang things. That's a holiday thing.
The bang things. Sex?
No, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Oh, this is not that one.
Yeah, no.
You're thinking of
Okay.
crack.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
one the with the Asian actress, with
Yeah.
the floating bridge. The floating
Yeah.
bridge like houses or whatever in the future in 2389.
Oh,
I tried to figure out what the hell they were doing here. That's the problem with a couple of these is that either they don't have any reference to Halloween to Christmas at all, or they just throw in the word Christmas to make it a Christmas short. Meanwhile, it could probably take place at any point. This one I just didn't understand. This one was terrible.
yeah. I didn't get this one. I blocked this one out. So yeah.
Yeah, and the thing that bugged me, if you're going this far into the future, 2389, I believe it was. That's what I wrote down, anyways. We're going 369 years into the future. I don't think they're going to be using iPads in 369 years. Like, I don't know. Why 2389? Why not like 100 years from now? Maybe that's a little bit more believable. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but that really kind of bugged me. I thought the film looked impressive, but I had no fucking clue what was going on and no clue what it had to do with the theme at all.
And the dialogue was hard to listen to because it was all it was done through the computers that are floating around all over the place, but you could barely understand a word they were saying. It's like in 2389, you think that the speech technology would be a little bit more advanced than that, but I guess not.
Yeah, I don't know. This one just didn't work for me. It looked fun, but it just made no sense. The narrative was just so like disjointed, and I just didn't really understand it. So, yeah. All right, moving on. The fourth one, Christmas on Fire. This was the one with the sort of like Reservoir Dogs style intro where the guy was like, "You're Mr. White, you're Mr. Yellow, you're Mr. Black."
Yeah.
With the racial stereotypes.
Right.
And then what?
Very.
What's that, MZ?
I just said very QT.
I wouldn't. I mean, it's a direct ripoff, yes, but I don't think this had anything like that resembled Quentin Tarantino, aside from them ripping off that part from Reservoir Dogs.
I mean, that was more of just kind of like a wink and nod type thing, because up until you got to the Mr. Black, there was ways to explain away the colors they were giving. The Asian guy, he had yellow in his jacket.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like I took it as, a little wink and nod. And when they finally got to the black guy, and you're like, "Yo, Mr. Black," and he's like, "Yo, what's going on?" And he's the one who gets pissed off at it. I found that mildly amusing.
And the fact that they made a point of saying dogs, like no one's ever named Mr. Black, because everyone's fighting over the whole thing about you can't pick your name because you get 20 guys fighting over being Mr. Black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're Mr. fucking Black.
Yeah, and be grateful you're not Mr. Yellow. Meanwhile, you do have a Mr. Yellow in this one. But it's also the way the story is structured. It's not just, you can't just halt it on just the names. It's the way this short is structured that gives a very QT feel to it. And I thought it was done. I mean, granted, it's a ripoff, obviously. You can't even call it an homage. It's definitely a ripoff, but it's done well. And I like it.
Okay. Go ahead, MC. Sorry.
No, I'm done.
I thought it was, I don't know, like it was, to me, it took advantage too much of stereotypes to the point where I was rolling my eyes. And at the end, like when she says, "Don't make me shoot a brother on Christmas," I was like, come on, really? Like we're still doing this in 2020, and then the time it was a non-linear style of storytelling, which in a short, don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that. And the times didn't make sense because it was like, if I recall correctly, they showed the Santa's all dead, and then they're like 4 hours earlier, and then they do 4 hours and 5 minutes later. So they went ahead of when the Santas were dead and they were still alive. And like, I just feel like they got the times wrong. And I was like, what the fuck are you even doing here? Why are you doing this? Like, I understand the reason they did it. And in a short, it's a risky proposition to do in a short when you have like a couple minutes to work with. So I appreciate that they attempted it, but I just feel like it fell completely flat. And the racial stereotypes were just, I know maybe they're poking fun at it, and you know, maybe it's supposed to be taken in a different way, but I just thought it was a little offensive.
I don't know, dude. I mean, if this was directed by Quentin Tarantino, you'd be praising it.
No, I would be shitting on it, because then Quentin Tarantino would have really fucking fell down a shitstorm hole. Because this is not great.
The whole you poking fun at the names thing is one thing, but the don't make me shoot a brother, like that's where it crossed the line.
Exactly. Yeah, the names I was okay with. That's fine, whatever. But yeah, when the don't make me shoot a brother on Christmas was like just a little too much.
Yeah, and they definitely screwed up with the whole timeline thing. 4 hours, 5 minutes thing. That if that was done correctly, because like as I'm watching it, I'm like, wait a second, this isn't playing out, and so it took me out of that because of that. I don't know whether I would have enjoyed it more, but that's a huge error. I mean, that's not a little thing. That's not like leaving a coffee cup on the table. That's a huge error in this little short.
Yeah, like I think what they meant to say was 3 hours and 55 minutes instead of 4 hours and 5 minutes. But
5 minutes,
yeah. If you don't care, why should I? Right?
Yes.
So this one was okay. It was just fine. Like I get what they were going with, and at Christmas on Fire, I was thinking of like City on Fire, like John Woo or Chow Yun-Fat style of thing, but I didn't really get that from it. But that's what I thought they were going for with the title. So, Raven Chow, did you have anything else to add about that one? Nah. Okay,
no.
Fine. The next one, I think it was pronounced Villain Sickos. This was the one with the child who was on life support, right? I think.
Yeah. Takes place in one room.
One room, yeah.
Yeah.
And so the child flatlines, and then they bring in, and then he starts to come to again when there's like singers downstairs. So they pull the singers up there, and then the singers stay there until he dies, basically. Like, it was fine. It just didn't really do anything for me.
I loved this one because I knew exactly what they were doing. About a half a minute in, I knew exactly what they were going to be doing. And then it just got funnier from there because it was the same thing all the time. I think it went a little too long. I think they could have shorn off maybe a half a minute. But the whole idea behind it is so hysterical because as time passes, they show the same shot, like the maid coming in from the left-hand side, the left corner, bringing in like snacks for the singers, drinks for the singers, and as time passes on, family members are starting to die off. The skeletons are just lying there. The TV keeps on playing, and soon the TV is fucking gone and broken. But yet the kid, who is now an old man, his life monitor just keeps on beeping, with a big surprise at the end, which I didn't find it very anticlimactic. I guess there had to be an ending in there somewhere. But because it is horror, I guess it does qualify. And I had a ball with this one. I thought this was funny as hell because of its monotony. I just thought this was hysterically funny.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it working for someone based on that alone, but it didn't really do much for me. I appreciate the effort, and I think that it was, like, that's what you should do in a short is find a gimmick, stick with it, and just run with it. And they did. And so I can appreciate that. But, it just didn't really stick out to me very much.
Yeah, I understood what they were going for, but yeah, the humor was lost on me. I was hoping for more out of it when I realized what was happening.
Yeah. All right, next is Joy to the Girls. If I recall correctly, this is the one where the 3 girls sent the invitations out to the guys and basically killed them and drank their blood. This one was okay. I mean, I don't know. Like, it just was there. You know, I just didn't have any strong feelings either way.
Yeah, me neither.
I see Aries doesn't even remember it. He's like, what?
Yeah, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, I vaguely remember it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
This wasn't very memorable. It was fine.
Really nothing to it. There was really nothing to it.
No. It was, Aries, you may remember this. Another guy shows up as they're drinking the blood of another one. They're like, oh, you're 30
That's what I
minutes.
mean. I have vague memories of it, but like nothing. So it's like kind of like, oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, not much to write home about. It was fine. All right. Number 7 was The Hunchback.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I thought this one was okay. Like, I liked that it went for a different feel. Like, they went for, like, to make it look like it was aged, black and white. And they were showing the hunchback about to be executed. And then he gets a pardon. And then he's, like, celebrating, and everyone's celebrating his life. And, you know, I guess I won't give too much away just in case people are really anxious to see this. But I thought it was okay. I think the makeup was fucking terrible, though.
Yeah.
You could see.
The makeup.
You could see the makeup. I mean, you could see the edges on the prosthetic, and it just different colors as well. It just looked really bad. I don't know if they went for something to look bad on purpose, but if they did, kudos, you did it.
Yeah, see, I thought that was intentional, being that it was the silent movie.
Yeah. And it could be.
I thought it was designed to look like a movie of that era where the makeup was not good.
No, you know what? I'm going to go with Aries on that. He might be. I think he might be right on that. I think he's onto something.
I am onto something.
Well, they had to
come to the dark side.
Otherwise, it was horrible if they didn't. So,
but I thought. I mean, I did enjoy the look of it. That old black and white looks like, you know, from the 1920s. I mean, it really looked good. Again, with the makeup, I'm gonna have to side with Aries on that. And the ending, well, it's an ending.
Yeah.
I think it's not too bad.
It's fine. It's fine. I like the.
I think there's good here than bad. I think there's more good here than bad.
Yeah, and I think I like that they committed to the ending of how they did it, but it just, to me, it just didn't. It was okay. It was fine. You know, it didn't really like blow my mind or anything like that. So.
Raven Shadow, you want to chime in here? Or
you're
taking a nap.
I don't want you to get mad at us for not, having you talk.
What the fuck, Johnny? I'm just like you said, whatever the fuck.
You saving it up for the blackout tapes?
Yeah. No,
just fucking bust in when you got something to say.
I was, Johnny. Aries. I was waiting for that. But I didn't give a fuck about the Hunchback, No Chill, whatever the fuck. I didn't care about ICU fucking party. I didn't want that. There's an ice rink one that I kind of like coming up.
Okay,
we're
don't
talking
go ahead.
in order. Yeah, come on, man.
Fuck.
He's trying to get it all in now.
See what happens when you let him talk.
We flipped his switch on and he just goes.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up.
I have 6.
Next up was Family Matters. This is the one that I think they spoke Portuguese. It was the one with the stomach thing. Where it was like the boyfriend was brought over to meet the family, and then he had to cut his stomach.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. I think it looked cool. Like I like the way it was filmed, like the way it looked. But ultimately, it was just okay. Like it wasn't really like, I don't know, like kind of. I may take this back when we talk about another one later on, but I don't mind shock value in shorts, and yeah. But you can't. I will say you can't go too far. But this I just felt like it was just not much to it. It just was there. The guy, did the thing. The thing happened, and yeah, okay, yeah, great. I don't know.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think I fully understood what was happening. Like, I don't know. Like, something was lost on me with this one.
This wasn't the claymation one, was it?
No, we're gonna get to that one.
This is the one where, I mean, essentially he joined the family in essence, right? Like, had something passed on to him.
Body horror.
Body horror, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll keep it at that. It was fine.
It was okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The outside of the body horror scene, there's really not much to this.
All right. Well, now let's go to the animated one, the claymation one.
Yeah. All right, buckle up.
Yeah, buckle up.
Yeah.
Crappy Christmas was the name of this one. Very aptly named. You know what? All right, let me start with MZ. I want to start with MZ on this one. What did you think of this one, MZ?
I wasn't, we've been through 8 of these shorts, and they range from shit to very funny. All right, I was not expecting this. This comes out of the mind of a man who loves a Serbian film. This comes from the mind of a director.
Wait, so it was your mind? You came up with this?
You wrote this?
You wrote this? You sick fuck.
Well, first of all, this was a German short, okay? So, yeah. This, I did not see this coming. This was brutal. It was hard to watch.
Okay, I thought you were going to say brilliant, so thank you for not saying that.
Wait, I'm saying it's good. It's very good. It's very good. Never mind about the content. The story is good. It's a good story. Got a good ending. But the opening couple minutes is you just want to look away. It's not a pleasant experience by any stretch.
No, I mean, it's like fucking, fucking Goebbels took like a fucking Tool sensibility, a little bit of Davey and Goliath, and made a fucking claymation Christmas short.
Oof, it was harsh. It was really harsh.
And completely fucking unnecessary. Come on. Like, I understand you're animating this. You can get away with more when you're animating something, but this is too far. Like, I understand it's sort of a revenge story, sort of, but like even the way it ends takes that away from you. So like all this happened for nothing, really, is like what it boils down to. And yes, if I'm going to give a trigger warning for anyone, there is animated child rape in this fucking thing. And this is too much. Like I can handle a lot. I'm desensitized to a lot of horror, but fuck this one.
Yeah, there was nothing good about this. I am completely shocked, MZ, that you took any, like you saw any good in this. Because of the content. I mean, they were going for humor in this. I was appalled by that fact. Like that was their ultimate goal, was humor out of this movie, out of the short.
Where did you catch the humor in this? Because I didn't see any of it.
No. Don't get me wrong. I found no humor in it, but that's what their ultimate goal was. Was humor.
How do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah.
Did you watch this? A 5-foot dick just shot through the back of someone's skull.
How is that not supposed to be humorous?
Okay, I get.
He's like, why I fantasize about that every night, so it's not humorous to me.
I mean, they gave you the ultimate bad and tried to smooth it over with humor, and it flopped. This should have been the short that had been taken out of this to make it the 25 and just left it at that. If I met the person who made this movie, I would punch them in the face.
I'll tell you, it's unapologetic. That's for certain. And this short is goes way above and beyond what we've covered and what we're going to cover after it. This is one that just goes beyond. And so I agree with you there. But it's because of that unapologetic nature of this short that I got to give it a pass, because it is.
No, there's no fuck you, because give me a reason why this needed to be made.
Rachel's bumping his fists.
There's absolutely zero reason this needed to be made.
Yes. You can and if you want to do this story, you can do it by not showing things, right? Like if you wanted to do that, you could insinuate certain things. Just throwing a child in a fucking dungeon in a prison with, clergy or whatever you want to call them, I think you can ascertain what will happen. You don't need to fucking show it like this.
Motherfucker, there was a point of view shot.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
This is 100% unnecessary.
This movie.
Exactly.
Look, the realist in me would say, yes, you're absolutely
There's
correct.
No realist in
I
you.
do really. We're gonna fucking die in this soapbox. Oh my
but
god!
The psycho in me loves this shit. I'm watching that Christmas morning.
Yeah, but the sick fucking me loved it.
It was better than Cats.
Come on, MZ.
I can appreciate it for its viciousness. I can appreciate it for its viciousness. It is brutal. Yes, I absolutely agree.
This is fucking lowball. This is fucking lowball.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
This is cheap. Out of all the fucking shit yet you fucking dish towards decent fucking cinema, you're gonna give this credit?
Yeah.
I don't like superhero films. The Russo
But
brothers.
I like
I
animated
mean, you know what?
rape.
I let a lot of your shit slide that you don't like. That's like, you know what? It's a matter of opinion that you don't like halfway decent cinema. But this is absolute garbage, and you're letting this go.
I'm saying I can appreciate the brutality that they are willing to show. They are willing to show and animate, which is a real testament to dedication here.
Oh, dedication!
Oh my god! Fuck! You know what? Just fuck you. Let's go on to the next movie before I drive to his house.
Oh my god!
Well, make sure you're wearing scaries.
Get your Outbreak outfit.
Oh my god!
Dressed like Darth Vader from Back to the Future. Come on, MZ. I really want to keep going and fucking hammer you on this, but like I just it almost.
I can't even. I'm at a fucking loss.
There is animated child rape.
Yeah.
With a point of view shot.
Animated.
Yeah.
How is that much better? Oh my god! You know what? When someone dies in a movie, they really don't die. It's all fictitious.
Yes, it's all fake.
Except like Brandon Lee, Dick Payback.
Exactly. It's all fake.
Oh god. I really want to press further, but I don't think I should. Aries might have an aneurysm.
I'm fucking sweating. I'm sweating in my freezing basement. This is fucking unreal.
This one was a piece of motherfucking shit. All right, this should not have even been put in a fucking movie.
Johnny, I'll say welcome back, MZ. We missed you last week.
Yeah, sure. Like that.
Because Rocky didn't say anything like this.
Yeah, you can send all hate mail to MZ. All right, moving on, I guess. Woo. 5 Deaths in Blood Red. All right, so this is one with Barbara Magnolfi, MZ,
yep.
and Matt Mercer. I appreciated what they were doing with this. Did they pull it off? Was it good? Not really, but I appreciate they were going for the giallo look and feel. Even in the title, right? 5 Deaths in Blood Red. That is a fucking Giallo title if I've ever heard one.
Yep.
And obviously referencing Barbara Magnolfi, who was in the great fucking Suspiria, who was Olga in Suspiria. And, that right there. And they made it purposely bad, right? This was purposefully intended to be bad. And they had the leather gloves, they had the knife, all the hallmarks of a Giallo, right, MZ?
Yeah, and what they also had was Barbara Magnolfi totally hamming it up.
Oh yeah, yep.
She was totally hamming it up, and I mean it was okay. I give it a pass simply because of Barbara's involvement in this short. And I guess anybody who's willing to, I'm willing to give credit to anybody who's willing to try a modern day Giallo, So I give this one a pass. The story itself ain't great, It's kind of a tired story if I remember it correctly, but
it was fine. Yeah,
just having Barbara involved in it made it worth watching.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this one, deserves to be on here. Like it's a nice little break, and it does something different than any of the others. So, when you have an anthology with 24, 25, 26 shorts, I think that you want to have variety. You don't want to have too many of them that are similar. And so I think this one definitely brought the variety, and I really did enjoy that it was trying something different. Whether or not it pulled it off, that that's up to the viewer. But I like that they did something different, and I like the homage to the Giallo. Aries, anything, or you want to move on?
I'll move on.
All right. So next up, we're on 11. We got to pick up the pace here. Kill Santa. I don't know if I remember this one.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me something more to go on than that.
I said this was the best looking one so far. Oh, you know what? I remember. This is the one with the little girl standing in the aisle of the store.
Yes. Okay. The French one, I think it is.
Might have been. I can't remember what language it was in, but yeah, it was the one where the little girl was standing in the store and she was talking to her mom, and then they go to kill Santa.
Yeah.
I thought this one looked good, but it just wasn't like there wasn't a lot really to pull me in, aside from the look and the way the look of it. And the end was kind of weird. It didn't really feel like it was justified what happened, but yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, I really didn't catch anything.
There's no child rape in this one, MZ, so sorry.
Funny. That's not very funny. That's not funny.
You fucking brought that on yourself.
I didn't. He could have controlled himself by not saying that.
Jesus.
I don't know. This one kind of bored me.
All right. Next up, Bad Santa. Once again, I don't know if I remember this one.
With Billy Bob Thornton? I wish.
Oh, okay. I do remember this. This is one where they were trying to scare the kids, and that the dad dressed up as like a bad Santa Claus, as an evil Santa Claus, and then the kids ended up like they were scared, so they actually they had weapons ready to defend themselves.
But that was fucked up because it was definitely like a European director, right? European country, because they were name dropping the Krampus.
Well, they mentioned Krampus, yes.
Yeah.
When
when
the evil Santa showed up, like it's not like Krampus isn't like Bizarro Santa, like where
right.
Well, I mean, to these kids though, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like the fact that like Krampus is coming to the States in the last like 10 years and becoming a thing where every other country's like, no, motherfuckers, we've been doing this for years.
Is that how they say it?
Yeah.
No better. I swear you came from.
But I mean, If a child is familiar with Santa, and then you tell him there's someone that punishes the evil at Christmas time, and someone that looks like an evil Santa shows up, that's your fucking Krampus. That's what that is.
Well, fair. I got more hung up on that. Should have been more part of their culture. But right. Nevertheless, let's not fucking drag it out any longer. But it was a weird work. I thought something that was going to happen didn't happen, and it was.
I thought this one. I thought it was fine. Like just it they did kind of like, I thought it was bold to do what they did, and then I feel like they walked the ending back, which made it like fall flat for me, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Had they committed to it. Sorry.
What's that, Room Shadow?
Oh, sorry.
Had they committed to it, and went all in on it, because like it plays out the way you think it's gonna. You're right, and then they do the turn back time, or they like, yay.
Yeah, they walk it back, and it just, I feel like it lost the impact. Like if it ended there, like that's a fucking tragic ending. I would have been okay with that.
And now, I mean, next year this kid's gonna open up therapy for Christmas.
Right. Yeah. So it was fine. I really wish they hadn't walked it back, but all right, the next one. Oh, go ahead, MZ.
The fact that they kind of killed it for me.
Yeah. All right, next one, Santa is Coming. This is the South Korean one, I believe, with the girl who was playing with the dolls.
Yep.
My note I wrote down for this was literally what? That's what I wrote.
Oh, you know what? You say that and it instantly reminded me of what we were watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the one that ended with the girl who had the doll of her sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. Whatever. Like.
Yeah, I think I figured out what was going on, but yeah, still what?
Yeah, still bizarre and didn't make a ton of. It just wasn't very clear what was going on, I guess. So.
Yeah, it was kind of stupid, actually.
Yeah.
It was kind of stupid. I knew you could see what it was going for, but it was just afraid to pull that trigger to go all the way with it. And
they really were afraid to rape the girl.
Jesus
Christ.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for showing up.
God damn it.
You're not going to live this one down for a long time.
I don't have to live anything down.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I only got 2 days left. Look at me.
I like the short scream and rape the girl.
COVID, take me away. All right, next one. We're moving on. A Christmas Miracle. This is the one with Barbara Crampton. But this, I love seeing Barbara Crampton, but this one was fucking dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, I hated this one.
And it's too bad because, getting Barbara Crampton in your story, like you think that it would be you write a better part for her. But no, this is the one where they dig up the child at the end, and it just
this could have been a better, longer story.
Agreed. But I just feel like it didn't do enough to sell it. Like it's like literally this thing was happening, and then at the end it's like, oh, I didn't know that's what was going on, and then it was like too late. And then it was over, and it was like, okay, yeah, whatever. That was a short. I just watched it. Okay.
Yeah, that was a time waster if there ever was one.
Yeah, that should have been a longer, not like a full length, but that should have been like 20 minutes in an anthology to more dive deeper into the story.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next one is Lost Cottage in the Countryside, directed by the maestro MZ, Ruggiero Deodato.
Yeah, and eagle-eye viewers will notice a Cannibal Holocaust poster hanging on the wall. The scene where I guess it's Dad who's dressed up as Santa Claus. After I guess it was his daughter that went into the room to check up on him, and you could see a Cannibal Holocaust poster hanging on the wall.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm like,
okay, I missed that.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, well, I knew Ruggiero did one of the shorts here, and I placed bets on myself as to whether or not we're going to get a Cannibal Holocaust reference in here, and sure enough, we did. Now, does this transfer over well to a decent Christmas short from the man who created the greatest cannibal film of all time? What did I put down? It's great. No, I couldn't. Yes. It is. It is fairly decent. It's a simple plot and the Cannibal Holocaust poster, but it's got a simple plot and it's kind of entertaining. It's got its it's got its fair share of gore and violence, and I would recommend it. Don't expect anything great. Don't expect Cannibal Holocaust, but it's passable.
Yeah, it's fine. Like once again, it's one of those ones where there's a prank involved, and there's like someone believes the prank, and then there's a kind of a bad outcome. It was fine. Like it didn't really do much for me. But this one wasn't offensive, and it wasn't. At least it had at least it didn't walk it back either. It kind of did what it did. It did what it did, and then stayed there, and that was fine. But yeah, it was okay. It was fine. All right, so moving on. Milk and Cookies. This, to me, is basically what they should have done with the animated one. This is. I thought this was the best one, maybe in the entire film. At least up to this point, it was my favorite. This is the one with A.J. Bowen, who was the abusive dad. And the kid was writing to Santa for basically, ask him for things to happen.
Yeah. This was good.
I really like this one. I would have liked this one more if it was longer. I thought this could have been a longer story. Like there were a few shorts in this that could have made this a solid movie with 5 or 6 extended shorts in it, rather than trying to squeeze out 26 shorts.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
And this is definitely one of those.
Yeah,
it's well acted. It's well acted. It's got good pacing. For a short, it's got incredible pacing. I don't know who directed it. I don't remember who directed it, but
I'll look it up.
And also, at times it can be quite terrifying.
Right. I stepped on Raven's shadow. Go ahead. You were about to say something.
What fucking number are we on?
We're on 16.
Fuck. It's 26.
So
how much left?
You've already had your piss break. What do you want? What do you want?
By asking how many, we're taking up time, Raven Shadow. So let's keep going. This one was directed by Sam Weinman. Sam did a film called The Quiet Room that came out a couple years ago.
Okay.
And he was second unit director on Satanic Panic. So he's done some other stuff, but I'm sorry. The Quiet Room was a short. Never mind, MZ. It wasn't the film. So he's done all shorts. This is his. He has a documentary called Horror is Queer. It's actually sounds kind of interesting. A documentary telling the story of LGBTQIA plus horror and the relationship between queer audiences and horror and the queer horror community as a whole. So he's directing a documentary about that right now. But yeah, I thought that this one was, so far to this point, the best one. I don't know if it's going to be my favorite, but to this point, it was the best one.
I agreed.
Yeah, this was good.
Yeah,
this was real.
And A.J. Bowen's good. We've seen him in a bunch of stuff, and he's a good actor. So I think he played the abusive father well. And this was kind of what I expect from a short. Like they use a lot of shorthand. The kid writing letters to Santa, and then you see things happen, and I thought this was well executed. All right, the next one is Pig. This is the one that actually I think this should be a fucking feature. This is the one where there's all the girls who are training to get back at their attackers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And this had. What's that, MZ?
It takes place at the rave club.
Yeah. I thought this one had a really interesting premise, and I think it could actually make for an interesting feature. This could play off as like a dark, excuse me, MZ, but a dark superhero sort of revenge kind of movie. So basically, some of these girls were sexually abused or raped or attacked or whatever. And so what they do is they take them in, they help them deal with their sort of like PTSD to kind of overcome this, and then they train them to become fucking badass vigilantes almost, and to get back at their attackers. And then like they have a whole system of how they mark the person.
Right out of Fritz Lang's M. They took that idea right out of Fritz Lang's M, where they mark the perpetrator, the man of guilt, with a letter on his right on his right shoulder, just like in M.
Yep.
They mark him without him knowing that, to let the other girls know he's the one that we're after.
Yeah, I won't say too much more because it plays out from there. But I thought that this one was a cool idea. It was a cool premise, and I thought that what they did a good job of making it into a short. But it made me want more of a feature.
I definitely would watch this in a feature length movie. I love the multiple layers of horror built into this.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some some pretty not overly nasty, but effective, I should say, torture sequences in this short. And I'm sure that a full-length feature of this, you're going to get some really nasty scenes. I don't know. I guess I could see a full-length feature of this coming out. This was very good.
Yeah, this one was one of the better ones, I think. Okay, moving on. Number 18, They Once Had Horses. This was directed by Lucky McKee, who has directed several films, including the really excellent May from 2002 with Angela Bettis. But aside from that, he did a short on Tales from Halloween. He directed The Woman.
Yeah.
All Cheerleaders Die, which we did, and he's done some other stuff. He's got some films, film and pre-production right now. So Lucky McKee has done some stuff, and he's a pretty decent director. I thought this one was fun. This is the black and white one, sort of in the Old West, where the guy gets the harmonica. I think it had nice atmosphere, some decent humor, but I understand it's a short, it's low budget, but I wish they would have showed something. All we got was darkness, basically, and I would have liked to have seen like even a reveal at the end, last second, but that's that's what we got was just but there was nice interaction between the characters, and I liked the harmonica was really funny when he had it in his mouth and he was like breathing heavy. Like I just thought that was a nice little touch.
It looked great.
Yeah.
Looked fantastic. I loved just the cinematography of this is just beautiful. Yeah, to me, this was the best looking movie, best looking short. But yeah, I agree. I wish there was more meat on the bones in this one.
Yeah.
We really got nothing.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything to say, Raven Shadow or Aries? If not, we'll move on. All right. December the 19th. This was the one with the two girls.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The two girls. Yeah.
You want to talk about this one, Raven Shadow?
Yeah, after you.
No. You go ahead.
No, start.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you can
your
lead.
inappropriate comment.
Yeah, you can lead.
No, it was nice. It was two girls having a moment on the ice rink. They was feeling,
They
some
vibing.
emotion. They were vibing. There was some emotionality. There was a very quick, what do you want to call it? A very quick escalation that not to be Randy Pan the Goat Boy, but made me chuckle, and along with other verbs. And then as it escalated further, it was really some crazy gore. You know what I mean? On the ice rink.
Yeah.
A lot of severing.
It just, to me, like, were they just clumsy? Like, what the fuck? Like,
well, they were drunk.
No. There was something else going on, but it wasn't 100% clear.
Yeah.
Agreed, Aries. Agreed.
Like you were left to think like what's going on, but at the end there was something going on, but it wasn't explained.
Yeah.
And that is my problem with this, because at the point where they established that it was something more, you needed to explain the more, at least in some aspect beyond these people weren't in control of their own bodies.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. It did have some good gore, but it just, to me, there was something like that was just kind of missing. Like, I didn't understand why that was happening, and it would just to even like a slight little clue as to why or what would have been fine. But yeah, whatever. It was what it was.
You know what? Even like some, cut away to some demon-esque individual with like marionette.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's called, but it looks like he's controlling a marionette, laughing.
Yeah.
And that would have been 100% better.
Puppet master.
Yeah. Oh no, but like whatever, like a marionette controls. Like there's the puppet with the sticks, whatever the fuck it is. I mean, just something that would give some supernatural explanation as to why it is happening.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, moving on, getting away from it all. This is the guy who goes to like the cabin to try to get away from the holidays, and the holidays follow him, and the carolers show up at his door. It was fine. Like it bugged me because I dislike Christmas music, and if I want to get away from it, I want to get away from it, so I can kind of appreciate, this guy being inundated with it, but it just didn't really do much. It didn't. It just, I didn't feel like it really went anywhere, and it was fine. That's it.
Yeah, it was nothing, and I've never had carolers show up at my door, and I'm pretty sure I wouldn't go to the door if someone ever showed up. So I'm pretty sure like the solution to dealing with carolers is don't go to your door. Like eventually they're gonna get bored and move on. So that was just like what the fuck are you doing? And the suspension of disbelief in this.
Jingle bells.
Yeah, this felt like a Twilight Zone episode that did not have an ending. That it just decided to get a little bit crazy for the sake of getting crazy, and there's really nothing else there. And the guy who is being, like, I suppose, held hostage, I mean, he had socks shoved into his mouth, but they were never, like, tied into his mouth. It's not like he, like he couldn't push him out of his own mouth with his tongue or anything like that. So, it's those little things like that. It's like, that it's a loose end that just gnaws at me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's an old Hollywood trope that as soon as something's jammed in your mouth, that's it. You
can't get it out.
Yeah, you can't spit it out. That's it. You're done.
Yeah.
You might as well just hold your arms out together so you can tie your wrists.
Yeah, I hate that shit. And that just that irked me more than anything watching this. And people showing up with like crazy looks in their eyes and everything. It was very sophomoric, very silly, there was just nothing there.
All right, so let's move on then. And the next one is Family Feast. This is, I'm trying to think of how to describe this one. This is the one, obviously there's like a family get together, and there's the woman who is kind of having these sort of like hallucinations and seeing things. I thought this one was pretty good. This was definitely like much better than some of the others. It didn't really do a lot, but the ending was once again kind of that shock ending that was like, okay, I'm glad they kind of went there. Didn't walk it back, but otherwise it was okay. I thought it was good. It was filmed well and it was fine.
Agreed. And also, I think the look of Santa in this one is very disturbing.
Yeah.
I thought he looked really, really good. Probably the best looking Santa that you're going to find in this whole anthology. It's shot beautifully. It's very well acted.
Look good.
I thought this was very good. Really good.
All right. We'll move on. The next one was Before Sundown, and this was the only one that had to do with Hanukkah, which was cool to see. Just like mixing it up a little bit, right? Not just fucking Santa and Christmas. And I thought this one like had so much potential. Like there's something really cool about it, and a little more exposition would have improved this so much.
I think part of the problem with they were kind of assuming that people would know the backstory.
Probably.
You know what? Because I mean, everyone that's familiar with Christmas is familiar with Santa Claus and all the backstory in that, so that you don't need it. But if you're not familiar with Hanukkah, you don't know any of the backstories involved in that. So that I feel that they should have explained it a little bit more, and that's where it was lacking, because someone that has zero exposure has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Plus it was basically a kid's adventure horror.
Yeah.
And that's always fun. So yeah, a little bit more should have been added to the story to beef it up a bit. It felt very thin. This was a bit of it. This was probably the biggest disappointment, because this one had such potential.
Yeah, I think this one did have potential.
It did have potential. I'm not going to say it's the biggest disappointment.
Yeah, I won't either. I won't go that far. It had potential. It looked good. It was one of the better ones, but it could have been the best one, I think.
And you know what? Kudos for putting a Hanukkah movie, a Hanukkah short, in a Christmas anthology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this is a Christmas anthology. This isn't a holiday anthology. When you do the Advent calendar,
yeah,
you're doing Christmas.
So that's kind of funny, Aries. Like maybe save for the end, but like it would have been cool if it had more like Kwanzaa and Hanukkah, and maybe even like pagan stories.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, they could have done more in the Advent calendar. Could have just been a little wink and nod type of thing, but the fact that this was only the one and only non-Christmas, it was a bold move.
What if the Advent calendar was an Advent calendar, but like mixed like with the world? I don't know how to do that with CGI.
I'm going to regret saying that. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean either.
But like if you zoomed in on like fucking Norway, and doors open, and then like
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay, so you're making a whole new movie. Okay.
Yeah.
A good movie.
Oh yeah, no, good movie. Get writing and make it.
Yeah. Start now. All right, let's move on so we got to wrap this up. Next one is Cracker. Is this your favorite, Raven Shadow?
I think it might be.
Really?
I mean, I like parts of the 2-girl one, but I like the punchline in this one a lot.
Why? I like this. And did anyone? Was it just me, or did that with the young girl in this, the woman, look like a white Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure. That's that term redundant because.
Well, I mean, when he was white, not when he was younger and black.
Yeah. No, I caught that too.
Yeah, because if I say Michael Jackson, there's different versions.
Right. It's Thriller, which everyone loves.
Right. I meant the white version.
It's after.
So you dug this one?
It's actually not my favorite. When I clapped, I realized it wasn't my favorite.
All right, so this is the one with the pop.
Yeah, poppers.
The poppers, yeah.
Christmas crack.
It was fine. I like what happened to the mom or the grandma, whatever it was. But other than that, it was a little bizarre.
This was a good filler short.
Yeah.
For what should have been a good movie overall.
Yeah.
But it also had tension, good acting. I loved the set pieces. I love the setting in 1950s England or wherever. But it's definitely sometime in the night.
And they were in a bunker, like as if there was like a post-apocalyptic sort of like, sort of situation.
Oh yeah, this was futuristic, and ultimately it was population control.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. This was and it has good suspense when the crackers come into play into the short, and there's and some decent gore. This I loved. I loved this.
See, I'm not going to go as far as love, but this was definitely a decent filler short.
Yeah, I expect to see some like this to pad out an anthology that is 24 to 26 shorts. I expect to see something like this. It was fun. All right, moving on. This was supposedly going to be the last one. This is Operation Dolph, and it was directed by Trent Haga. MZ, I know you're a fan of Trent Haga.
Yeah,
old Trauma fame. We actually did one of his movies. What was the name of that movie? I'll look it up. But we did a movie of his on the show a couple of years ago. 68 Kill was the name of the movie.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, this one was okay. MZ, you got your child death. Are you happy?
I want 2 kid deaths. This was fun. It was fun because, first of all, it's extremely colorful in a very Edward Scissorhands style. Good amount of violence, and it also had a decent story. One that I've never heard of before, to be perfectly honest with you, unless I'm missing something. But it has a really decent story. Now, of course, because it's a short, it can only go so far. But for what I saw, I liked it.
All right, I don't have much to say about it. It was fine. Didn't really stick out to me. Go ahead.
I marked up a little bit. I think it was like you had, Santa looking to rescue somebody, a little bit of a meth vibe going on. Santa as a vigilante trying to get something back. And I kind of was like, are they keeping something from him? And when that one dude's like, we didn't hurt him, I swear. And I'm like, I kind of bought into this one. I would kind of like to see this one for like a 20-minute short.
All right. So then the credits roll. Movie's over, right? Nope.
Yep.
Just inexplicably, during the credits, we get another short. Like, this just completely baffles me, okay? This one was called Christmas Corpse, or corp.se, whatever you want to fucking call it. I didn't, like, at this point, I was angry that there was another one. And I didn't care. Once again, like, I just don't know, like, if you flash back to, like, an earlier thing and there was, like, an additional, like, sort of death or, like, a scene from one of the earlier ones, I can get down with that. But when you have a film, an anthology film of shorts, and you chuck one in the credits, like, you just don't fucking care, and that one doesn't matter, right? Because literally, I almost stopped the movie in the credits. I almost always watch the credits. But with this one, I was 2 hours and 10 minutes in, and I'm like, is this fucking over yet? The credits are rolling. I'm like, oh, God, okay, it's over. I looked at the time, and there was 15 minutes left. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So that's why I actually asked these guys. I never ask. I almost always watch all the way through to the end. But I asked, is there anything in the credits? And MZ told me there was. So I'm like, fuck. fuck, I have to sit through 15 fucking minutes more of this. And this one, I don't honestly I don't even care about this because why should I care if they don't?
Yeah, I didn't care. I just didn't give a damn. I watched it, but it's like nothing registers.
Anyone care? No.
I don't even remember which ones were in the end credits. To be honest,
I believe this was a German one. This is the one where he
Party.
The Office Party.
Is this the hunting one?
Yeah, no, the hunting one was after it.
That's the next one. So, all right. Well, no one cares about this one. So, the last one, after the credits, like, literally, the fucking credits are, like, basically done. They've already actually given the credits for this short before you actually see the short.
Yeah. That kind of threw me because I was like, wait, when did that show up?
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
So, 26 short out of 24. They used to laugh and call him names. Fuck this movie.
Because it's really, really bad. Okay, this one
unleash the Kraken.
The acting is bad. I mean, the only thing that ever relegates it to being a Christmas short is the fact that it takes place in the snow, and that's pretty much it.
Now, see, I thought the acting was intentional throughout this for this short. Not saying that this short is great, but I thought the acting was intentional.
And it might have been, but at this point, once again, I don't give a fuck. Your credits have rolled, and most people are going to have tuned out by now. Why would you put a short at the end of the credits?
Yeah, I mean,
because fucking Marvel has fucking ruined movies.
But if you have a boring, arduous fucking 2 hours and 10 minutes, like what? Like, oh my god, this is like the most infuriating decision of the year in fucking films that we've had to like deal with.
I just want to point out you picked this movie.
Well, I pick all the movies typically.
I know that, but you got no one to blame but yourself. So fuck you.
You kind of had a down spiral, Johnny. To be fair, I love you, brother, but
hey, actually, MZ was like, "Are we doing a holiday movie for the Christmas show?" So I was like, "Okay, let me see what's out there." Oh, Deathcember. Oh, and horror anthology. We typically like horror anthologies. This is about the holidays. Okay, done. Let's do it.
So MZ had to take some blame in this. So not that this is any surprise, but fuck you, MZ.
No, not fuck you, MZ, because we always do a holiday film in December. We've always done it.
Yeah.
Why should this be any different?
Because we should do good movies.
It's the movie he picked. It's the movie he picked. I say pick a holiday movie. He picked December.
But if you hadn't said that, he might have picked a good movie.
I actually would have skipped.
He gave us 4 movies to choose from for next week. We might have watched one of those.
Sure,
we would have.
I said let's watch a holiday film, and it's my fault he picks December.
Yep.
Yeah, there's logic for you.
Yep. Well, because if that's the only holiday movie to pick from, you do know it's slim pickings during a pandemic, right?
Yeah. But you know what? I'm not into watching all good movies. I'm into watching movies. And that's our job. That's what we do.
It's not our job. We don't get paid for this.
You know what? I want to watch all good movies. I don't care if you like them all. I want to like them all.
That's not that it doesn't go with the gig, okay?
It does kind of go with the gig.
Take the bad with the look. You have to take the bad with the good.
No. You have to take the bad with the good.
That's the facts of life.
Take both. There you have the facts of life.
I'm the fucking asshole who can kick your ass. You deal with the shit. I want the good.
Yeah.
I got a good relationship.
Trick or treat, baby. I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, it's fucking verdict time on this one. Fuck this movie.
Did we just get Oscared? Is that what just happened?
Yes, indeed you did. All right, let's start off with MZ. MZ, I guess what we'll do is overall was the film a trick or a treat and your favorite short?
Yeah. overall, I am going to give this a very minor pass. I'm going to give this a very minor treat because of some of the shorts in here are very, very good. There's a lot of surprises here. There's a lot of shit in here too, but it is extremely marginal. And some of the stuff that is on the trick side, there is some good to a few of those. So you might want to give this a thought. Now the running time is a bit of a problem. Understandable. And if I were you and anybody who wants to watch this, just skip out after the credits.
Yeah.
Or when the credits. Do yourself a favor. You'll save yourself 15 minutes of your life. Now, so I'm going to give this a very, very, very minor treat. As far as the worst goes, it's going to be day number 3, the Aurora, because I have no clue what the hell that was supposed to be. That was just an absolute travesty. I had no clue what that was. My favorite was day 23, Crackers. I thought that was just fantastic. I loved that one. And up until then, one with the kid sick in the bed until he grows up into an old man sick in the bed was my favorite. But day 23 is my favorite.
All right, so now let's move on to Aries.
Yeah, this movie, you know what? I'm not even gonna fucking beat around the bush. Don't fucking waste your time. You have better things to do with 2 hours and 15 minutes or 20 minutes. I don't even care.
25 minutes.
25 minutes. I don't even know what you do during your day, but I'd be willing to bet there's a better way for you to spend 2 hours and 25 minutes. There is a whole lot of shit in this movie with very little decentness. Like, what we're talking about for good in this movie should have been filler in a good movie, in a good anthology movie. I will agree with MZ with the Crackers. The Cracker, that is probably one of the best shorts in this movie, but that is a filler short. Like, this movie is full of crap, and the filler is what is good. And that is so wrong about an anthology movie. And if you've been paying attention, there is a short in this movie that absolutely pisses me off. Like, I've never threatened a director. Like, now, granted, I threaten people all the time, but I've never threatened like, I don't even know that person, but not wrap around the in betweens, the
connective tissue, as we called it.
The what?
The connective tissue.
Connective tissue. I forgot that term.
Are you guys?
That aspect of the I like what?
Sorry, Aries is breaking up. I don't know if it was just for me or if it was all of you guys.
Well, hopefully it was just you, because I'm being very profound. I like the screenshots of the doors that gave you an idea of what was going to happen in the short. I also liked the score that was happening for that. It was a very it's very good. That would be the best thing about this movie. But that being said, it was not enough to watch this movie. So skip this movie. Watch Fred Claus for a holiday movie. I don't give a fuck. Watch whatever shit holiday movie you want to watch. Skip this trick.
All right, Raven Shadow.
I mean, listen, 24 to 26 motherfuckers in the cast and crew made a little short picture and it got to be fucking made, right? I'm still a mark for anthologies. I get excited for that. And when you're doing anthologies, you still have to, it's like giving an assignment, right? You're giving an assignment by your teacher or you're on, you have to fit time in certain launch. So your story is audited, right? I mean, it's like you have to make a teaser trailer that, so I can understand that being challenging. I think the best part, you know, I fucking hate comic strips because they negate the storytelling power of the comic book. Like, you have one, maybe 3 panels of your action, right? The setup, the whatever the fuck, and the execution.
Raven Shadow.
You know, Boondocks.
Raven Shadow, hold, just pause right there. My iPad just keeps cutting in and out. I'm gonna switch devices, so it's annoying. So give me 1 sec here. All right, I apologize about the delay, but I want to be able to hear everyone, so I apologize about that. All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what was going on with. I was just kept losing connection on my iPad, although everything else is fine. My entire network's fine, so it's just the iPad. So go ahead again, Raven Shadow. Just continue where you left off.
Okay, I'm not sure what was cut or not, but like it's kind of like it's almost the lowest storytelling method. If I made the reference to comic strips, where it's not like fucking Watchmen or Mouse, hell, even Perez, Wolfman, Titans. So when you're making your anthologies, you have to sacrifice to get your point across. I get that, and I appreciate that, and I think everybody did their job. The effectiveness, well, that's the problem. It was kind of fun watching it with Marion, wrapping presents, you know, bitching about our day, having it on in the background. But overall, once again, if it's 2 hours and 25 fucking minutes, watch fucking Endgame. Watch
2001.
I still haven't seen
Watch
the
Return
Irish.
of the Jedi.
Yeah, I mean that's like fucking 3 weeks fucking long. Watch fucking Return of the King. Fucking Viggo Mortensen ripping it up, not giving a fuck. I don't know. Or watch like binge a whole season of something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Hey, they made shit, but yo, fuck. If you like horror,
Today, Junior.
Shrek. It's a Shrek, but they fucking tried, and I like the meth ending. Fun Santa on a Breaking Santa, which is what it should have been fucking called, right? It should have been called Breaking Santa.
All right. This is going to be quick for me. This is a fucking trick. I literally this is a car crash. This movie is a car crash. That's what T-Dog said. We were watching it. She watched the first 18 with me, and she's like, this is so bad. I can't look away. The ones that were good, by comparison, really stood out. But on most anthologies, they would be the filler. There is some that are just absolutely terrible. Including Crappy Christmas. Fuck that animated short. It does not need to exist. I don't give a fuck what not Aries, what MC said. Oh. Sorry, Aries.
Aries gave it a treat, Johnny.
Yeah, Aries loved it. Fuck that movie. So for me, I guess the best one probably may be Milk and Cookies. The one with the best premise was probably Pig. I think that there was some interesting stuff here, but yeah, for the ones that really stood out would just be filler on any other anthology. This is not a good horror anthology. Some people are going to dig it. You know, if you just want mindless horror and you don't mind seeing some stuff that really kind of pushes the envelope a little bit, especially Crappy Christmas, then, you know, go for it. But you can definitely do a lot better than this, and I recommend trying to do better than this. This is that shitty present you get, like it's from someone you really like, so you don't really want to cut it down all that much, but you're like, oh, thanks. A pocket watch. I don't know. That's actually kind of cool. I would totally dig a pocket watch. What's a shitty gift? Like, what's a shitty gift that you just don't want to like?
Socks.
Well, yeah, but socks I can use. When I was a kid, I might have thought that was a shitty gift.
Like food, right?
Oh,
like
you gave me your bottle cap collection. Wow, thanks.
Yeah.
I know you spent a lot of time working on it, but I'm just going to throw it in the trash when you leave. That's pretty much what this is. They spent time working on their bottle cap collection, but you know what? It sucks, and I'm throwing it away afterwards. Sorry.
Thanks for the herpes. Oh, I wish I could get that. I know you did. I wish you didn't give it to me.
All right. We ran really, as we do with most anthologies, we ran really late with that. So we're going to skip the break and just go right into the next film. We're going to have to abbreviate this one, unfortunately. I'm actually looking forward to talking about this one, too. But next up, we are going to talk about the film Beasts Clawing at Straws. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, so Beast Clawing at Straws. Now, this is from Artsploitation Films, which in the past we've done a lot of Artsploitation films. This is definitely something different for them. This seems like a higher falutin picture. like they typically do a lot of genre stuff like exploitation, and this is definitely kind of in that vein a little bit. But this is, to me, seem like, and I'm not trying to, definitely not putting down Artsploitation because I love a lot of the stuff that they put out. But this seems like it's on a different level. It seems like it's on a slightly different level. A higher degree of filmmaking was maybe involved in this one than some of their previous films that we've seen. Except Der Samurai. Der Samurai was fucking awesome. But, all right, so Beasts Clawing at Straws is hour 48 minutes. It's funny, the South Korean movie is the length of what you'd expect a horror anthology to be, and the horror anthology was the length of what you'd expect a South Korean picture to be.
For real.
So this film was directed by Kim Young-hoon, and it was written by Kim Young-hoon and Keisuke Sone, and it stars Jeon Do-yeon, Jung Woo-sung, Bae Sung-wo, Jeong Man-sik, Jin Kyung, Hyun Bin Shin. I am probably butchering South Korean, so I apologize. Jun Han Kim and Yoon Yu Jung. And so this is actually a feature film debut, which I think is interesting and impressive. One of the actors in this, I actually recognize two of the actors, but one of them was in a couple films that we've done in the past, and that would be Jung Woo-sung, was also in Elang the Wolf Brigade, and also The Good, the Bad, the Weird.
Oh, yeah.
So the synopsis of this one: a struggling restaurant owner caring for his sick mom finds a bag of cash in a sauna locker, while a customs officer gets into trouble when his girlfriend runs off with the money he borrowed from a loan shark. So it's really difficult, I think, to synopsize this film. There is, kind of a lot going on. This is it's Coen Brothers by way of Quentin Tarantino by way of South Korea. That's kind of how I saw this. And I think it's a pretty interesting movie. Now, there is definitely some cultural stuff that we're probably missing a little bit in this. But I think there's enough universal sort of ideas that we can understand here, especially as it comes to greed and money and the desire to have stuff, basically, or the desire to get out of a shitty situation, So I think that there's a lot of universal themes here, despite there potentially being some cultural touchstones that we don't necessarily understand. But I really... we'll have to be a little bit more brief in this review because, as we went really long with that other one. But I do want to say I like the way this one was put together. This was a nonlinear picture, but I feel like they flowed together really nicely where it wasn't confusing as to which part of the story you're at. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about the nonlinear nature of this?
Now, see, I was going to actually try to avoid that aspect of it because I felt that was a little bit of a it wasn't 100% clear until they laid it out for you.
Yeah, it kind of comes together. So you're right. Yeah.
I mean, it's a tad bit of a spoiler. It's not it doesn't ruin the movie, but it's like it's one of those questions that as you're watching the movie, you're trying to figure out what's happening. It's I mean, you don't know what's happening, but it's a good thing. You're trying to figure it out as it's playing out, and as it's playing out, you become aware that you're watching two different timelines because they are they could be the same timeline until it happens.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny you brought that up about the about not knowing what's going on, because I felt like normally when you watch a film of this nature, you pretty much latch on to the main character who has no idea what's going on, and you travel through the story with that person. Here, you're basically everybody. It's like nobody has any clue what is happening, but somehow it all meshes in the end. So like us as the viewer, we are not only traveling with just one person, we're traveling with 5 or 6 different people.
At least, yeah.
I saw this movie as like the Hateful Eight meet Why Don't You Just Die?
Oh yeah, okay.
The film that we reviewed earlier this year.
Yeah.
And there are times it feels like it's complex because there's so many people going in so many different directions, but I found it surprisingly simple to follow.
Totally agree.
Which I did not expect, especially at a Korean film.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be. I was starting to shit my pants. I was like, Jesus, I'm really going to have a hard time reviewing this.
Shit. Or was that the COVID?
Well, it did give me the little diarrhea.
Oh, Jesus.
Shall I describe it to you?
No.
By the way, our boy Dane Unda's tuning in. What's up, Dane?
Dane, what's going on, brother? So I found this to be surprisingly easy to follow. It wasn't complex. It didn't become convoluted. It was very simple to follow. And I can't understand why, but it was. And the story is pretty solid. I really dug the characters in this movie. A couple of characters were real awesome. It was just a very well-made movie with interesting characters and easy to follow, surprisingly.
Now, see, I'm a little shocked. I did not find this easy to follow until it became 100% clear to the non-linear aspect of it. And no, after watching it, I want to rewatch it knowing what I know. And seeing how this plays out better, knowing. Now, I began to wonder about the story as it was unfolding and before it became clear. That thought had entered my mind. So, but still, I did not find this 100% easy to follow. Now, that's not a bad thing, because in this type of movie, not knowing makes it that much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And when I read the synopsis, I was like, there's a lot going on here. There's an awful lot going on here. But as I watched it, I thought back to that synopsis, and I'm like, okay, yeah, there's these people. Okay, this is the job that he has. Okay, here's these people. This is their situation. And I'll tell you, if it wasn't for the synopsis, I probably would have been completely lost. But this I found to be pretty easy to follow and suspenseful. It's got its fair share of violence. Hard violence too. There's a couple scenes of pretty nasty scenes of violence in here, and just overall enjoyable. Definitely worth a second watch.
Raven Shadow, how about you in terms of being able to follow and, kind of curious how you picked up on that?
Well, keep in mind that I watched this immediately following. So it was around the 10 o'clock of the night. But I mean, this was Kim Jong, this director, and we've seen his stuff before, right?
No, this is a feature debut, as I said earlier. You missed.
What? There's only one director, one movie.
It's not Kim Ji-woon. It's Kim Yong-hoon. People are different, Raven Shadow.
All right, well, it's kind of fucking close, right? I mean, to be fair, like.
So I love Kim Jong-un.
Like, all right, this is his first picture, and grand opening. It's never.
God.
Parents taping to see his films all the time, and there's only one. Yeah, the Private Parts reference. We should make more movies, I guess. I know I love my Korean brothers and sisters. I'm totally down with that. I've changed, Johnny. I've changed. I'm fucking present now. So,
how did that happen?
God. Don't ask him. Don't ask.
Snowpiercer, the fucking train.
Oh, just all right, just go.
I don't know. It was a lot of take in. But I liked the underworld aspect of it. I liked
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was the sleazy underground. I liked the tension between the cop that was doing his like Peter Falk kind of impression.
Yeah, and not to cut you off, but I want to add to that is one thing I thought that really played well was when you think someone is introducing a concept that is going to be taken like poorly by someone, they kind of surprise you with how like okay they are with it and how they're willing to help. I'm especially talking about I forget the character's name, but the woman with the shark tattoo, the first one with the shark tattoo,
the one with the shark hair.
Yeah. Like when she is like told what happens to another character, how she takes it in stride, and she's like, "Oh, I can help you with that," And it was like, okay, like it's just how it devolves into this sort of like debauchery, right? Like, and like one scene is almost like next and worse than the next, and it keeps kind of going in this direction.
And that's a great point, John. It's almost like that's where the cat and mouse comes to play, where if you're in that world, you kind of got to play the hand you're dealt and not show all your cards, right?
Yep.
I mean, like what's the line from Usual Suspects when they say, how you find someone's guilty? Well, it's the one person that's in the jail cell that fell asleep. He knows he's caught, so he sleeps. You're accepting it. But these characters are in this world, and they're a part of the grift. They're a part of the work of the angle, and they don't want to show enough. It's that I'm trying to say. It's that weird, like, like the dude knows this cop is fucking asking shit about him, but he can't give it all away. You got to kind of play a little.
Yeah.
Kind of got to like volley a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. And the thing is, like, you really felt for some of the characters too, especially the dude who worked at the sauna, which is fucking weird. Raven Chow, would you go to that?
I don't think so. I was thinking about that. I do want to go to a fucking sauna, but not that one. Not More like Paradise Island than Mascara.
Well, you have it. Do you have an issue with walking around with dudes that are naked?
Yeah, I guess I do. I mean, like, if it was you dudes, that'd be cool. It'd be like a Trick or Treat Radio goes. That'd be fun.
I think the weirder aspect of it is the fact that you can just like go buy a bag of chips while some dude is just walking by you naked.
Weird, yeah.
Like, so you could just be eating Doritos and the naked guy walking by you. Like, is there a cafeteria and a locker room? Those need to be separate.
Stick.
Yeah. Should broadcast from a bathhouse. That'd be outrageous. Well, this is over.
Broadcast from a bathhouse.
Yeah. When in Rome, Trick or Treat Radio. That'd be outrageous. Don't go with blackout tapes.
Oh my God, the bathhouse tapes. That's more than $2 to get in.
Better pay a fucking mortgage up in this motherfucker.
Oh my God. Maybe when we're all together in the same location, we'll do the bathhouse tapes.
No video, just audio, though.
Come on, you gotta have video.
I love the bathhouse tapes.
But we try to limit the conversation. I thought the performances in this was great. I thought the direction was great for a fucking feature debut. And as MZ said, this all came together. Like, this could have been a complete mess where at the end it's like, what the fuck happened? How did we get here? But it made such complete sense, and it was so natural the way it all fit together for me. And I love that the money wasn't like, it wasn't this, well, I'm trying to tiptoe around a little bit, but there have been other movies that have been like this, right? Where it's like someone is always after this one thing. This was almost like a different thing where it revolved around money, but each person had their different scenario, their different situation. They all kind of fed into each other. And really, there was only kind of one good person, or I guess technically his family, but there was like really one good person in this whole situation, right?
Not really. Everyone has an issue, and a lot of it deals with this big fat sack of cash.
Well, I'm talking about the guy who worked at the sauna or the bathhouse. He was like the only character that really, I mean, did he do questionable things? Sure. But generally he was a good person, you know?
I mean, if it wasn't for the actions of what he did, you wouldn't have a movie.
Sure, but he's placed in a situation. He is a good person, and he really agonized over that decision.
Well, he's all right. So he's all right. I guess you could say he's a good person, but what he did was morally and ethically wrong.
Well, does someone who steals a loaf of bread to feed his family, is he a bad person?
Right.
I mean, that's the question with that.
Yeah, I think it's a valid question, and I think that's kind of like the heart of the movie. At what point do we do things that we're not comfortable with? You know,
early.
901 on the bathhouse tapes.
Everyone in this movie has to do what they need to do with this money, but the level of
debauchery or
I can't even say the word.
Ethics. Ethical.
Ethics. Yeah. Something along those lines is varying. So it's where you draw the line as to where you draw good or bad for these characters.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I think there's a lot of interesting moral dilemmas, and there's also some badass characters. That the one dude, I'm just calling him ugly because he's called ugly, but the ugly dude.
I love that guy.
Yeah, like
he's got the fanny pack across his chest.
Yeah. Are you talking about the guy who had like the earpiece in his ear?
I'm talking about the guy with the fanny pack across his chest, like Ari just said.
No, that guy, the ugly guy. Yeah. Oof.
Wow, you just welcome to the show, MZ.
No, I completely forgot about that guy. No, I completely forgot about the. I know who you're talking about now. Ooh, yeah. Oof, he's ugly.
But that was, I mean, that character was badass, right? Like,
yeah.
I really enjoyed his arc, and I liked that crew that he was with, and I just thought there was some really interesting interactions between all these characters, and how it all kind of came together was really nice. And what happens to some of the characters is ridiculous, and you just didn't know where it was going to go next. It was like, how depraved and morally corrupt can some of these people get? Like that was and it kind of surprised me to see how far some of them did go, especially when you thought like a character was going to help another one or do something nice for one, and then to see what happens. And I just thought it was really interesting, and they set this really kind of uneasy ground where you didn't know where it was going to go.
Absolutely, because you know what, you don't know which character to get behind.
Yeah.
Partly because of the story involved in this, and for me, partly because I'm unfamiliar with any of these actors. So it's not like, there's one Brad Pitt involved in here. It's like, oh, he has to survive. Like, I knew nothing, so I was 100% shocked as to who survived and who didn't.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely great for this movie, where it was anyone could die in this movie.
Yep. And there was even some characters that meant well, like there was the Chinese character who was visiting from China and wanted to help that one character out by taking care of something. Like even him, like he technically had good intentions, I guess, if you will, but it was ill-conceived with the way that he did it, and then how it affected him. It was interesting. He didn't think it through. It's like just being impulsive and making these decisions based on, in his case, what he perceived as love or lust or affection.
Yeah, he was thinking with the wrong head.
Yes. Yeah. But it's just interesting to see how these characters become corrupt and what makes them morally corrupt. And I just thought it created this great baseline to play with, and it just seemed like it was so seamless. That's the thing that's crazy to me, is like, this is a difficult film to write, and it felt like it came off so seamless and so easy, That's like, and for a first feature, that's fucking crazy to me, This dude wrote the movie too,
Yeah. Go to keep an eye on this guy. He's going to go places, I feel.
So is there anything else you guys want to bring up? Because I know we're running late, and feel like we didn't give this film the justice that it may deserve. But I think we've also said a pretty good amount about it so far. So I don't know that we need to say much more. Do you guys have anything else?
I'm good.
No.
All right. Yep. So we'll do the verdict, and then if you guys have anything that you thought of while we're doing that, feel free to bring that up.
Trick or treat, baby. I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, let's kick things off with Raven Shadow this time. Trick or treat, Raven Shadow. What do you think?
Yo, once again, I really get excited whenever we watch like a Korean picture. I just like the storytelling. As long as I don't have any subtitle issues, I'm on fucking board, dude. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with the length moving forward. I'm okay with that. With that said, hey man, it's got sleaze, which I'm into. I truly enjoy hip tattoos. Beautiful
of sharks.
Yeah, I do. I like leg tats, man, from the hips to the bottom. Ankles, I like
to the bottom. From the hips to the bottom.
Foot, yes. Foot to the hip.
The hip bone's connected to the foot bone.
Yeah. So yeah, man, no, it's fucking getting long on the tooth, but yeah, no, sleazy urban crime drama Korean medley of a treat. Check it.
All right. Let's go to MZ.
Fair share of violence, very well written, very well acted. I think the pacing of this film was fantastic. The look of the film is great, and I'll say it again, very easy to follow for a film that's so nonlinear, and so many characters involved that you got to follow each one. I can't wait to see what this guy does next. What this director does next. This was awesome. This was a treat.
All right, and Aries.
Yeah, the story is really good. It's not a it's not an original story at its core, but it's done very well. And the non-linear story, as it reveals itself, is very well. Knowing that going in, it may be a little more clear to you. I was a little bit confused, but it's not a bad thing in this type of movie, in this type of crime mystery. But all in all, this is a good movie, and it isn't a Hollywood movie because this doesn't build to this gigantic climax. When this movie ends, it is very believable. It is a very good ending to this movie and very appropriate. I highly recommend this movie. This movie is a treat.
All right, and for me, this is treats all around. I fucking love this movie. I thought that this was such a cool surprise. I didn't expect, and I hate to say it because I do like the output of Artsploitation, but I did not expect to see them put out this kind of film. But it is in their wheelhouse. It's just like a slightly elevated film, because they do a lot of, as the name suggests, artsploitation. There's a lot of sort of like art house and exploitation that is present in their stuff. And I think it's a huge coup for them to have this film and this film's also getting rated exceptionally well from what I've seen. And it's fucking beautiful. It's such a well-made movie. And the way everything comes together at the end is so good. And I love the characters. I love the acting. People got to check this out. Beasts Clawing at Straws is a big fucking treat for me. Make sure you check this movie out. And it's available on VOD. And, who knows? Maybe it'll pop up on some streaming service for you eventually. So, big treat for all of us. So, give it a look. Beasts Clawing at Straws. All right, so what we're going to do for next week, we haven't decided on the films, so we're still a little undecided. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out a few choices, and what we'll do is we'll have a write-in where if you guys suggest something, then maybe we could go ahead and vote on it and have that chosen. But the films that are in contention right now, there's a film called Amulet, a film called Alone, another one called Anything for Jackson, and finally, a film called Swallow. So these 4 films, we need to pick 2 of them. What I'll do is I will post on probably on Discord. I think Discord's the easiest way to do that, or maybe I'll do it on Facebook as well. But we want you guys to pick 2 of these films for us to do. We need to figure out which 2 it is. Like, probably, would you guys say before? Do you guys watch any of them on prior to Sunday, or is Sunday night fine to settle?
I think Sunday is a good day to have the pick by.
Okay, is that MZ?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So we'll let it run till Sunday. So if you guys are happening to watch this live or listening on the podcast as soon as it drops, go check out. Look for the vote. Help us pick our last 2 movies of the year. This is all important because we're doing a Top 13 after that. So we want to get some good ones in there. If there's something we missed that you guys are like, oh my God, I can't believe you guys didn't do this fucking movie, suggest that, and maybe we'll add that as well. So the choices are the 4 that we have: Amulet, Alone, Anything for Jackson, and Swallow. So those are the 4 that are in contention. And once again, if you have a write-in, please feel free to put that in there. The only thing is, as long as it came out around 2020, it could have been slightly before, but as long as it had like a good release in 2020 and is readily available to watch on VOD or even streaming, I suppose. So, all right, cool. So that is going to do it for our film discussions. We do have 2 voice messages. I think they're relatively brief, and I apologize. These are actually for last week. For whatever reason, they were he sent them right after our previous week's show, so they got buried in my email. So I apologize. But there's 2 from our boy Tim from Melbourne. So let's hear from Tim and see what he has to say this week.
Bombaleo, 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 bombaleo. Sorry, I can't. Merry Christmas. From Team from Melbourne. Feel better soon. Monster Zero, thanks. Bye.
All right, Tim. Awesome. Always good to hear from you, and Merry Bombaleo to you.
Yeah.
Is that a thing now, Raven Shadow?
That term is now sweeping the Discord. It's completely out of control. Yeah. Term earlier today.
Out of control.
That along with the bathhouse tapes.
The bathhouse tapes. Oh, let's get in the tub.
Oh my God! All right, we have one from Palpy. Let's hear from Palpy.
Oh no!
Unlimited Christmas.
Unlimited Christmas. Thank you, Papa Palps. We appreciate you calling in.
Big Papa Palps.
Big Papa Palpy. All right, so. We actually did keep it under 3 hours because we did start late tonight. But we did run a little bit later than we intended. But hey, it's fucking Christmas. MZ ain't going to work tomorrow. Although he's going for a test. Hopefully you don't fail or pass. I don't even know. Does he want to fail or pass?
If I fail, that means I succeeded.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No, if I succeed, that means I
fail.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm confused. Okay.
Now I don't even know if I want it.
Oh, I feel like we're in a short on Deathcember all of a sudden.
Oh shit!
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Just take a Tylenol, you'll be fine.
You know what's funny is a lot of times for our reviews we go longer than the actual movie. This time the movie was longer than the review. The movie was fucking almost as long as this episode.
It was a long fucking picture, right? Like it
way
was
too
almost
long. Way
like,
too long.
Like Lord of the Rings extended cut type shit,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
Peter Jackson's like, yo, it's too long, dog.
All right, did we get everything else out there? Raven Shadow, that was the announcement, right? The blackout tapes.
Yeah, blackout tapes, bathhouse tapes coming up in 2000.
Summer 2021.
Summer 2021. Bathhouse night.
We didn't talk. We didn't talk about it on the show, but if anyone wants to hear us talk for over 3 hours about the season finale of The Mandalorian, we did that last night on Force Insensitive, and Raven Shadow called in.
How'd it sound? I used the email.
It sounded okay. It sounded a little muffly, but it was louder. So there was that.
Oh, you're gonna get my complex.
I know.
I fucking copy and paste. I copied the email and I pasted the email, and then I sent the email.
Yeah, no, you did that fine. You did a great job of sending the email, Raven Shadow.
No.
We just gotta work on your sound quality.
All right, I'll be more present.
What the fuck? What is it? Is that what your therapist told you?
Ollie told me that.
Oh, okay. By the way, Raven Shadow, just so you know, you do have a studio in your house.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You know how to use it.
Fuck that.
He barely knows how to turn it on.
Can I use it when you're not?
I mean, technically, you could.
right.
You could always ask me too if I'm around, and then I could like hit record. You do your thing, and then I hit, and then I stop, and then I send it to myself. We could always do that.
All right, but apparently you're like off until March, so we can have like a little in-service, like a little.
I'm off
like
till January 4th.
All right, you get more time than Morris Day off. I'm just saying. You got a free time, it sounds like. So yeah, I mean, I'd like to do that. I want to contribute.
We'll talk offline
and be present. Okay.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, if you guys want to hear us talk about the season finale of The Mandalorian for over 3 hours, go check out the latest episode of Force Insensitive. I haven't released it yet. I'm going to do it as soon as this ends, so it'll be out there. So give that a look if you want to. We didn't talk about it here. There's some pretty cool stuff though, Raven Shadow, right?
Oh, in the fucking show?
Yeah. Don't give spoilers just in case, but yeah.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Oh my fucking God.
Oh, so you saw it.
I watched it. Oh yeah. That's like the one show like Friday. I'm watching it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I've been enjoying the Fourth and Sensitive this season.
Thank you. Thank you.
See?
All right, we got to end this shit because it is late and MZ is going to fucking pass out.
He's glassing over.
Yeah, he's glassing over.
I am.
All right, MZ, good luck on the test, man. Let us know after you get the results, which, what did you say, 24 to 48 hours? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All
I'll take a couple.
All right. Well, hopefully keep getting better, man. I know a lot of people reached out, and people were here during the show last week and were bummed that you weren't here, and people were wishing you well. So I know people reached out to you personally. So
I appreciate that.
And I know MZ didn't ask me to do this, but if anyone has any extra around the holidays, MZ basically did not get paid for work while he's been out because he started a new job. So if anyone wants to, out of the kindness of their heart, help out, you can send it to our PayPal, and I'll make sure that it goes right to MZ. So you can look for the PayPal link on the trickortreatradio.com website.
It's not necessary, but thank you.
I don't know if anyone's listening at this point still, but if they are,
they probably did that after the Deathcember review.
Yeah, after we talked about that 26 picture, they couldn't get past the fact that there was 26 out of 24. All right, so if anyone it can help and they want to, MZ hasn't got paid for work the last couple weeks, so anything you guys might be able to contribute would be super helpful. Just podcast at trickortreatradio.com. You can send it through PayPal, or also just go to trickortreatradio.com and there's a PayPal link there. So, all right. So let us say goodbye, starting with MZ.
Well, thank you for that, and arrivederci, douchebags.
MZ's gonna go watch Crappy Christmas on a loop until fucking Christmas.
Jesus Christ. That was like oddly aggressive too. The douchebags.
Yeah, Jesus. Give me some money, douchebags. All right, Aries.
All right. Happy holidays to one and all. Goodbye.
Rave Shadow.
All right. Live fast, love hard, survive with your mask on. MZ, don't die, brother, okay?
I'll do my best.
All right. So, yeah, I guess this is the one before Christmas. If you're listening... Well, if you're listening live, otherwise it's going to come out on Christmas. So for those who celebrate, Merry Christmas. For everyone else, Happy fucking holidays. And stay safe. I know there's I drove down the road today just to drive my car, and Target was fucking packed. Like there is no spots in the parking lot. What the fuck, people?
Oh yeah.
God damn it. Just be smart.
Buy on Amazon. Use our link.
Yeah, exactly. Go on fucking Amazon. Use our link. And everyone go, whatever. Go watch Beast Clawing at Straws. It's a good fucking movie. So,
to be fair, how often, remember as we were kids and even in our 20s and 30s and 40s, up until last year, how great would it be to get out of a family gathering?
Yeah, you can totally get out this year. No questions asked, right?
You know what I mean? You fucking hate going to fucking Nana's house.
Yeah, you hate it.
You don't gotta go this year.
No, you ain't gotta go to Nana's.
You don't have to go. You can say you bought shit, you didn't get it yet.
Yeah.
Wait till fucking Cyber Monday or whatever to fucking get it on discount.
Oh, this is your wet dream, isn't it, Raven Shadow?
Hey, Raven Shadow's gonna send it 8 months. He's gonna send it in January. It's gonna get there 8 months later, and then he can blame it on the USPS.
My wet dreams do not involve the post office. I'll tell you that.
All right, well, that's gonna do it. Whoa. Sorry, the music was a little loud on the startup there. Okay, so that is going to do it. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Happy holidays to everybody, and make sure you make your plans to hang out with us on the Blackout tapes. All right, see ya next week.